I don't like it being too far off to the side, but I also don't want it being like too far. I got like a lion's mane at this point, you know. I got a whole big old lion's mane. Maya Draco is also over on the YouTube. Rajajajira says better. I could hear I could hear you singing, but you talking got low. Oh, that's because I shout. Well, that's actually probably a good thing because I do shout very loudly when I'm singing, and you don't want that. Trust me, you do not want that. The phallic of weapons is here. The most phallic weapon you've ever seen in the chat. My fearless researcher. Good to see you. Sarah Known and Little. I wonder if EG knows this song is about a gay relationship. I knew EG was a bottom. Listen. I said listen. Ever since I stopped Skittles. All right? I haven't been bottoming, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. We will address the bottom allegations at some point, but that will not be today. Kim Jacobs, 532. How you doing, Kim, from Australia? Always love to see you. Such a positive person in the chat all the time for everybody there. I'm not crying. I just put eye drops in, so don't think I'm in here already tearing up and crying because that would just be a total mess up. I just pictured you with a full-on afro. That'd be sick, dude. I was watching a video earlier on psychics, which I think I kind of actually want to do tonight as the main topic. So we're going to take a look at psychics who tried to fool people over the years, and whether that's a psychic medium or somebody who just tried to do like a parlor trick and tried to just carry it too far. I think that would be a fun thing to talk about tonight. There we go. Better lighting, better clarity on the stream because we don't want you can't taste the rainbow. Well, I could still eat Skittles if I wanted to, but I'm trying to like shaping up my shoulders. I like my shoulders. My chest could use some work, and my stomach can use some work. My arms and my shoulders are great though. Like my arms and shoulders I think look pretty good. But I'd like to, start slimming down the old midsection a little bit, get ready, have at least one summer in my life where I can look like I'm in shape, So Miss Chloe was the original scammer. I know. So technically we are talking about scammers today, guys. So go tell your friends. Okay, they'll all come running back. But a guy who led this crusade against them was the amazing Randy. And that's who we're going to take a look at tonight. This guy who did this whole thing trying to stop they are scammers, but we're going to take a look at psychic mediums in general, whether or not that's even possible, people who've tried to fool people throughout the years. I think it's going to be fun. Not talking about Skittles. No, we are not talking about Skittles tonight. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I refuse to engage with that type of attitude tonight, Sarah. Sweet Goth, psychics, I can help you with that. Oh, I'm sure you can. You probably know every single grifter that's ever existed from the 1960s till now. But I thought it'd be fun, a little change of pace from the true crime. And I was talking to Falk today, and I'm like, I know what it would take to become a bigger streamer, a more popular person on YouTube, right? I would have to really just nail down I would just have to nail down a niche, right? But the thing is, I don't feel like doing that. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to cover whatever I want to cover, like a variety show. We're a variety show because we cover a variety of topics. Now, however, there is a limit in which that variety can outreach and outlast people, like because you don't want to always be going too far in one direction. And that's why I think that we've kind of like not really talked about politics too much because frankly, I don't care. Firstly, I don't really care. Even though it's funny because I started this channel talking about politics, which is something I never want to sign myself up for. And I just kind of was making fun of this trans debate that went on. And it was like trans conservatives versus trans liberals. And I'm like, both of y'all... Well, the conservative came off a lot more normal than the liberals, but the liberals were just freaking out and like throwing like a temper tantrum the whole time, which I thought was hilarious. And I was like, if this is not an indication of like things to come, and it certainly was. And that was about 2 years ago when I put that video out, and it was like probably the first video I ever had that went over 10,000. It actually got all the way up to like 34,000 views, and then I did a follow-up video on the people that were in there. And if I had kept riding that train, I probably would be a lot bigger than I am now. But at the end of the day, like, if I'm gonna sit here for 12 hours editing all my videos and stuff, I want to talk about stuff I want to talk about. I do love scam baiting. That's why I got so into that topic, right? And that's why I have such a good connection with scam baiters, because I watch Kipoga, I watch Pierogi, I watch people who are actually out there fighting scammers. So I personally have an invested interest in that stuff. So when I saw one of them doing the bad thing, I knew I had to step up and do something and say something, and that's exactly what I did. But I never really kind of set out to be an investigative journalist either, even though I think that tends to be our best videos.
Hell yeah, this party just keeps getting
Hell
better.
yeah.
The more the merrier.
At Milesovsky 2764 became a lately. At Milesovsky 2764 celebrates 8 months of membership. 8 months, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, go get yourself your water blue jay, the bluest of all jays. So anyway, yeah, 8 months. Maya, dedication is always here every stream, basically. And I can't put a price on that. That's just the coolest thing. That when you guys show up so often and so regularly, it means the world to me. You guys have seen me go through a lot in my life. I was engaged. I was broken up with. I'm single now. You've seen my daughter grow up from, being a tiny kid to being a young, well, I wouldn't say she's an adult yet, but she's just a little bigger of a kid. And you guys have been there for a lot of that, and that's so awesome. So cool. And I don't know, just so much awesomeness. So much awesomeness. But we also got other stuff to talk about, because Phallic does a great job of gathering stories from around the internet. And that is why we do a segment that we like to call Hot Topics.
So let's talk about it. It's time for Hot Topics.
Wake up. Nothing was out of context. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am.
Holy crap. Did you guys hear what he just said? We got him, guys. We got him on recording in 2D. Two-dimensional D. Whatever that is. I don't know. What is two-dimensional D? Is that like a double D? But yeah, I don't know why Hassan's telling everybody all this stuff, but like, you guys ready for some craziness that's going on in the world? And then we could sit and chat and do other stuff. I kind of want to take this stream in like a bit of a not so organized direction. So I'll need to like talk to you guys in the chat what you guys want to do. There's a new segment that we're going to be introducing called Community Highlights. It's something that me and Phallic had talked about, and we're going to basically take stuff that you guys do creatively in the Discord, and we're going to share it on stream so that people can see like just how, one, that it's not always just about me, but it's also about you guys, especially those of you who come all the time. If you guys are working on a project or something like that, we're going to make sure that your project gets seen. So I think that's pretty cool. No matter how small, how big, if it's just a picture of your cat, we want to show that off, right? Because you guys are the heartbeat of this community. So Rebecca Park's story got worse. Okay, we'll definitely check up on that. We'll do a follow-up on that. Actually, we'll do that first before we get into the stuff that's on the docket, because I know once I start the docket, I don't stop the docket. You cannot stop the docket, okay, guys? The docket is here. The docket will endure. You merely adopted the docket. I was born in it, molded by it. Phallic's probably laughing right now because we were talking like Bane right before we went live. Phallic does a lot of work to put together the docket, and she does a good job of making sure that right above the link is like a quick description of what is actually going on in the link, so that I'm informed about it, and queuing it up for you guys. Essentially, she may do it so that I read it to you guys, but at the end of the day, she does it so that you guys can enjoy the show. Now, I use the term show very, very loosely, though, because let's be honest, okay? it's kind of just a shit show. It's a total shit show. Does anyone know what happened to Gypsy Rose? I haven't seen her around in a while. I saw some random video about her saying like how her show died or whatever, or how it's just a total crapshoot. I guess I could post some photos and screenshots from my games. Absolutely, Blue Jay. Absolutely. So I'll just basically use your screen name. I'm not going to say who you are or anything. But, you know, as much time as I spend highlighting the guys that I race with in AODT, you guys have been here even longer than they have been. And while I love doing the monster truck stuff and it's super fun, and I really believe in the show that I've been doing over there, which anybody who's watched it, at least not the live streams per se, because those are kind of just recordings of the shows that you get to watch live. So if you're really invested in who wins and stuff, you could see that stuff live take place. But the show, I do think it's growing. Like, we're already at like almost 250 subscribers over on that channel, and I work really, really hard on those, and I do believe in that project. But at the end of the day, this is my heart. This is where I belong. You know, this is what I always wanted to do. Just come out here and talk to you guys and give my opinions on things. But also do it in a way that is like different than how everybody else. I never set out to be a no edgelord. I just set out to be a real authentic guy that is just like you guys sitting at home, that if you were to go and pick up a microphone, your show would probably evolve into something similar to this. And that's all I'm after, right? That's all I'm after. Coughs like me, I miss dem monster truck boys. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with all that, okay? We'll see what happens with all that. But right now, I'm really enjoying my time over there. And, monster trucks have always been such a huge part of my life growing up. It was like my, one of the things that I bonded with, one of the few things, motorsports are one of the few things I bonded with my bops over and music. But, I'm just trying to have some fun. Grace and Love over on TikTok. How are you, Gracie? Good to see you. Good to see you back in the chat, chilling like a villain on penicillin. So yeah, it's just, good times for everybody to just sit here and talk. And I kind of want to, I don't know if I want to do the structure thing as much anymore. I think I kind of would be more happy if I kind of just, we're still going to have the docket. Don't get me wrong. This docket's not going anywhere because we need things to talk about. But maybe we're not going to do it like The View is basically what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to go straight to roll. Well, we'll do roll call because that's for the people who show up to the stream early, get a chance to be shouted out. But the Hot Topics thing, we're probably going to be a little more, it might be early in the stream. It might be later in the stream. We might have, it might be in the dead center of the stream. Who knows? Who knows? Monster trucks came to my town when I was a kid. It was great. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, monster trucks have affected most of us in some way or another, and you never really think about it because you just think it's just a big truck on big tires. But when you watch that as a kid, you're just like, holy crap, dude, that was sick. Did you see how hard how loud they are, how fast they go, and how high they jump? It's a beautiful thing. I'm doing good, Gracie. I hope you're doing well. Thank you again for coming by on the TikTok. It means a lot to me because we don't get a lot of viewership over there on TikTok. It's something new that we've been doing, though, is going live on TikTok. And I don't always go live because, frankly, sometimes the topics that we talk about are just too spicy for TikTok. Like, it would easily get me banned off of TikTok with some of the stuff that we cover that YouTube will allow. But, oh, my God, that actually reminds me. Do you guys remember that dude that we covered Janie Minaj? Do you guys remember that dude that we talked about a long time ago? What was his friggin' name? Oompaville did a video on him that we had reacted to. I have to pull up the YouTube email real quick because YouTube sent me an email basically saying that someone had filed a privacy complaint against one of my videos and said that that I was violating their privacy by reacting to Oompaville's video. And that was like the whole case behind this thing was this guy doing that type of stuff. So he had sent me one before, and I had fought it. I had said, no, I am not going to like bow down or whatever. I'm going to continue fighting because it's the right thing to do. Plus, like, you can't take down my video and then leave Oompaville's up, or leave the other girl who covered him up. So here it is. YouTube support team about 5 days ago had sent me a message that said, "Hi, EG Lately. We would like to inform you that we have received a privacy concern about your content. Before we review the content, we would like to give you the opportunity to review and, if necessary, modify or remove any potentially private information within the reported content. Receiving this notice does not imply a violation of YouTube privacy guidelines, and no action has been taken against your content or channel at this time. Please find below the list of reported content with the reported video timestamp. Please note that the violation may also occur at other timestamps as well as in the audio, title, video, description, channel image, or background." So I hit the YouTube link, and wouldn't you know it, it's the Uriel Bromberg rabbit hole. You guys remember that? The Uriel Bromberg guy, the guy that was like impersonating that one dude that was like a musician and then like kept getting people's channels like taken down and stuff. Well, we did a video very strategically where we just reacted to Oompaville covering it, because Oompaville carries a much bigger weight, right? And then the other girl who did a great job breaking it all down. I'm sorry, her name escapes me at the moment, but so then I responded back to YouTube and said, "Hello, I hope this email finds you well." I thought that was a nice touch. It makes me sound official. "My videos are reactions to larger creators talking about this man. So if my video violates privacy policy, which it doesn't because the topic of the video is that this subject abuses the YouTube systems to hide the stalking and catfishing he does online, I highly recommend you familiarize yourself with this particular case because multiple lives have been ruined by this man. Thank you. Happy holidays." That's what I sent back to YouTube. And so then YouTube sent me something 3 days ago, and I want to just applaud YouTube for getting this one absolutely frigging right. They crushed it. They said, "Hello, we have reviewed the complaint and have determined that the content is accepted from removal based on our privacy guidelines, which can be found," and then they give me a link to it. "The content does not violate our policies and will remain on site. Thank you for choosing YouTube. For more information about our removal processes, please check this." And then I said, "Thank you for your response, and thank you for looking into this as I take terms of service very seriously. Happy holidays." And then they sent me another one. It just says, "Hi, we've reviewed the complaint and have determined that the content is accepted from the removal based on our guidelines, and it does not violate any YouTube policies," which I knew it didn't, because we were basically like, this person had done this before and got one of my other videos taken down. He did that on my Later with Lately channel, right? Because we used to multi-stream. Well, we still multi-stream, but we would stream to both channels, right? And then basically what I'll do is I'll just go in and cut out different topics from the stream so that that's like the main focus of the videos. But he was able to get my channel like taken down. Not the whole channel, but the video that I did about him on that channel. I guess he must have realized that I had a main channel, and then he came for me here. But I'm in the YouTube partner program on the main channel. So I actually had people who probably actually had to look in this because, you know, it's messing with YouTube's money. So they actually looked into it and made the right choice. So for all the crap that people give YouTube, I want to say that they got this one right, and I'm happy that they did too, because, you know, at the end of the day, it would be suppression of free speech. It would be suppression of so many different things if I can't even talk about someone because of their name, or they're just, because you know what would this would start is if this guy was able to do this to me and to so many other creators, then everybody who's ever had a hit piece made on them would automatically start doing it too. Just abusing the crap out of the copyright system on YouTube. And this guy's got like 200 some thousand subscribers just from shorts alone, which he's got some really creepy kid stuff. If you guys go back and watch the Uriel Bromberg rabbit hole video that I did 6 months ago, by the way, 6 months ago. So this guy must just go around trying to find videos about him and then try to get him taken down. And here's the craziest thing too. It only has 193 views on it. It only has 193 views, okay? That's how much this was bothering this guy. That 193 people, which, by the way, is probably mostly you and maybe me 2 or 3 times when I'm getting clips from the streams and stuff. That bothered that guy so much that he wanted to go and get my channel taken down. But I guess being in the partner program affords you just a little bit more love than, because he did get it successfully taken down on Later lately, because we did the same stream over there too, right? Because we multi-streamed, and he was able to get it taken down over there. And I tried fighting it. I did try to fight it over there, and they weren't really listening. But here I did the same thing, and they listened this time. So I didn't want to like push the buttons and be like, well, you guys actually took this down on one of my other channels, so can you put that back up too? So it just goes to show you that the size of your channel does matter. It does matter in the long run. We saw what happened to my friend Mostly Peaceful Puppets, Mimi from Mostly Peaceful Puppets. She got her channel taken down from bogus deception and scam practices, deleting her channel basically. And she only had like 6,000 subscribers. That's right. She had 2,000 when we watched the video of her iDubbbz thing, and then by the time that she lost her channel, which was only like a month or two later, she had like 6,000 to 7,000 subscribers on her channel. So she was growing super fast, and they just one day she logged in, everything was gone, and she had an email from YouTube saying your channel's been deleted due to deceptive practices, whatever that means. Now, obviously, I don't, Mimi's a friend of mine, but I don't know every single move she makes. I don't know, if maybe there was an AI tool that she used that wasn't allowed or something like that did violate. But she swears that she didn't do anything wrong, and I tend to believe her because that's what she cares about. She cares about the truth. She cares about making sure the right information gets out there. So I don't imagine that she would be somebody who would like fall in to that scam and deceptive practices stuff, but they ended up losing her channel. The same exact thing happens to Enderman, right? Who's a guy who talks about like computers and tech stuff online. This guy, though, has a much bigger following. So when he gets his channel taken down, and which takes down all the other channels around him, everybody on X throws a big pissy fit, So what you're saying is size does matter, unfortunately, Blue Jay. All you ladies who say it doesn't, and it's just the motion of the ocean, you're a bunch of friggin' liars, okay? You damn liars. Size does matter, and I'm glad I got it. But anyway, but Enderman gets his channel taken away, and he just throws a big hissy fit online and then gets a bunch of creators to come and help him out because he's big enough to where this was starting to affect other people. And it's because of the AI moderation thing that YouTube's got going on that just doesn't really seem to work very well. Let's just be honest, YouTube. It doesn't work really well. You respond to people, and it's usually a copy and pasted response. So, yeah, maybe fix that. I think that you guys should hire a group of people who have to follow the standards of TOS, like a lawyer would the law. They find out what the TOS is. They may have their own interpretation of them, but that's why it's up to you guys to teach these people to battle these so that you guys are creating a better and more healthier conversation between people online, especially since most people use YouTube. YouTube's obviously it's a huge, platform. That's why we're all trying to get really rich on it. But we just went through it with Beardo. Ghost Hunters hit him with 3 strikes to teach him a lesson, and he's almost lost his channel. See, that's what's bullshit, right, Sweet, is that they can do that. If they don't like what you're saying about them, they can come and just strike the crap out of your channel, right? And then you can't even argue it, because 3 strikes, you're gone. No questions asked, right? And if they want to, if you use their content 3 times, they can copyright strike you 3 different times, and then you're gone. and you only get lucky if YouTube takes the time to talk to you and get it back. But Beardo's like at what, like 40-some thousand, maybe almost 50,000 subscribers now. So he's crushing it, and it's good that he's got that support. But people like me don't got that, right? Like, yes, there's probably 10 of you that would probably take up pitchforks and go on there and start throwing a hissy fit online. But that's not going to do nothing. YouTube does not care about 10 people. I hope, but TikTok is usually hop. It's usually TikTok's usually hop. So I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was a small win, and just a sign that YouTube does stick by their principles when in certain situations, you know, and not always, because, you know, obviously I feel really bad for my friend Mimi, who got her channel taken away, and she was devastated. And I can only imagine how that feels, to have your channel taken down when you've put so much time and so much effort into trying to make these videos as great as you can, just to have it all just swiped away. And plus, a lot of people like really count on this income that they make from online. Like, I know I don't make a ton. In fact, I hardly make anything. Like, I make like as much as I think I would if I worked part-time 2 nights a week at Wendy's. You know, that's how much I make about a month on YouTube. And that's mainly because of people like Daniel's crew, who are so generous, and Daddy Scabby and Fabiola, and all you guys that are always out there, you know, donating, or just frankly just watching ads. Really, if you guys are just watching ads while you're, now you can skip them, obviously you don't have to watch them, but when I do monetize stuff online, it does, like, you know, you guys just being here help pay the bills. So, you know, when people have their channels just up and ripped away from them, it's really hard. It can be really, really hard on them, and I feel horrible for that, for anybody who has to go through that, especially if they really feel like they did not do anything to violate what's going on. So, you know, it's just something you got to be very cautious about. I see here, bio, mom, stepfather accused of killing, torturing, or removing baby from Rebecca Park. So I'm going to pick this up and cue that there, because I want to talk about that next. But tonight we're going to be talking about psychics over the years and mediums and all that stuff. Henry Tite, what's up? Wait, no, that's not your name. It's not. He done got me, though. I said Tite. Henry Tata, how are you? Over on Twitch. Hope you're enjoying your night. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Good to see you. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about psychics tonight. But with that said, I do want to put on something real quick that I had forgot. So if y'all get hit with an ad or two, I apologize. Okay, your boy's got to make a couple dollars here and there, right? As much as I'd love to do this for free, let's just be realistic about how the world works, okay? If you spend hours of your time doing something, you need to get something in return, and that's what we need. Evanescence, Bring Me to Life, but it's 90s R&B. Damn, she would have been a total hottie if she was like a hip-hop girl. That's crazy. That's crazy. I almost want to show you guys this picture because she looks so hot in it. Oh, I hit it by accident. I didn't mean to do that. But look. Really? Look. Hurry up. Hurry up and look. That's her. If Evanescence was a hip-hop... if she was a hip-hop rapper, like Ashanti or something back in the 90s. I think she looks good there, personally. I mean, she's beautiful as goth, but I'm just saying, that works for her. That look definitely works for her. So, just something I wanted to point out to you. But anyway, let me put the ads on real quick. I don't know how to make ads on, like, just when I start the stream, so I gotta always put them on manually, which really kind of sucks because it interrupts the stream and it takes time away. But it'll be like yesterday. If there's stuff that you guys want to see or do, or I don't know where I'm gonna go with that. I really don't. I'm gonna try to put every 30 minutes. So not a big chunk of time. So every 30 minutes you might get an ad. Yeah, she's very pretty. And if we stream for 3 hours, you should probably only get 1 or 2 ads throughout the entire night, okay? So put up with it. I'm kidding. My daughter's always like, who are you yelling at in there? And I'm like, I'm streaming. She goes, yeah, but you sound like you're like fighting with someone. And I'm like, yes, I'm fighting with myself. Get out of here. But I'm in here fighting with myself, okay, guys? What do you want from me? Okay? This little hair right here bothers me because it looks like it's like a crinkle cut. It's like crinkly cut. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, sir. Premium, baby. What are the ads? That's right. You guys got premium. Yeah. If you guys got, I gotta really change this thumbnail. It says that daily live streams at 4 p.m. because I'm back at 7. What can I say? I need naps. I thought I was gonna be able to power through getting home from work and then hopping on live stream. It was not happening, dude. I was like, I need naps. I need naps more than ever at this point. But anyway, before we get into the hot topic stuff, I guess this would be considered hot topic. So let's take a look here. So this story has been catching the attention. It was told to me by Rajajajira, and she told me all about this story that's going on. If EG isn't fighting with me, he's fighting with him. That's true. That's a fair point. That is actually accurate. But this is the story we checked out yesterday with the Rebecca Park case with the missing baby. So, Biomom's stepfather accused of killing, torturing, and removing baby from Rebecca Park, which is crazy because this just happened, right? And there still isn't an arrest in that cruise ship murder when we all know who it probably was that killed that girl, okay? We all know who killed Abby. Why is it taking so long for them to bring up charges? Now, I know that jurisdiction is a little shady in cruise lines and stuff, but the FBI is involved, and they should make things start happening. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, let's take a look at this video right here with Biomom.
Yes. I have a complaint that alleges that on or about November 3rd, 2025, in Antioch Township and/or Boone Township of Wexford County, that is alleged in count number 1 that you committed the offense of homicide, murder in the first degree, premeditated.
Sorry, I know it's a little quiet.
Punishable by up to life in prison without parole, and DNA to be taken upon arrest. In count number 2 is alleged that you committed homicide, felony murder. That is a felony. A felony punishable by
Does it?
life
My brain
parole,
needs to be reset a lot of times.
and DNA to be taken upon arrest. Both of those charges involve Rebecca Park. In count number 3, it is alleged that you committed the offense of torture. That is a felony punishable by up to life or any term of years. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750.506.
Oh no, not MCL
This all
7.50.
happened in a place of confinement. In count number 4, it is alleged that you committed the offense of conspiracy to commit torture.
That's
That
wild.
is a felony punishable by up to life and or any term of years, and
So this is like
$1,000 fine and consecutive sentence.
a fine for torturing someone?
Confinement. In count number 5, it's alleged that you committed the offense of assault pregnant individual intentionally causing miscarriages, stillbirth. That is a felony punishable by life.
Oh, you can hear the people gasping.
In
So the
count
cops
number
must have
6,
caught
it's
this
alleged
guy.
that you committed the offense of conspiracy to commit assault pregnant individual intentionally causing miscarriage or stillbirth. That is a felony punishable by life or any term of years and or $10,000.
So this is what he's being charged with.
In count number 7, it is alleged that you committed the offense of unlawful imprisonment. That is a felony punishable by up to 15 years
Hey,
in
speak
prison
weed.
and or a fine of $20,000. In count number 8, it is alleged that you committed the offense of dead bodies removing without medical examiner permission.
Oh
That
boy.
is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year and or $500. Additionally, the prosecution has elected to charge you as a habitual fourth offender, which means that you have at least 3 prior either attempted or completed felonies in your past. That
So he's a
makes those,
felon.
Felonies punishable by more than 5 years up to life offenses. Do you understand those charges and the potential penalties?
So the stepdad did it.
On felony complaints, you have certain rights. You have the right to remain silent.
Was it the
You say your
stepdad's
right
baby,
and
maybe?
prove used against you. You also have the right to have an attorney present during any questioning that you consent to, and you have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to be represented by an attorney, and if you cannot afford one will be appointed to represent you at public expense, but you may be required to repay a portion of that expense. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Today, do you plan to hire an attorney, represent yourself, or request the appointment of an attorney?
Request an appointed attorney.
The court will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney. Will enter a not.
Oh, he
guilty plea.
didn't kill her alone?
We'll set the matter
So
for
it's like
appointment
3
of
people
examination.
involved in this.
That's a hearing that's held here in the district court within 21 days. At that hearing, the prosecution will be required to prove 2 things. 1, probable cause that these crimes had occurred, and 2, probable cause that you were the person who committed the offense. If the prosecution is not able to do that, the case will be dismissed. But if they are able to do that, you'll be ordered to stand trial in circuit court. Prior to the preliminary examination, will be a probable cause conference, which is where your attorney and the prosecutor will get together to see if there's a way to resolve the case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Mr. Bartholomew,
This
you
guy's
met with
in
somebody
deep
from the
crap.
Community Corrections Department and gave them a mailing address, an email, and a telephone number. Is that information all accurate?
Yes.
You also have the right to have a bond set. Your bond is based upon the probability you appear in the future court according to the seriousness of the offense charged and the threat that you pose to the public. Historically, counsel showed an 01.
Did they figure out, like, the story behind this yet?
You can see only 200 to 1,000. 05, malicious
Like, why he killed her?
06, driving the license suspended second. 06, driving the license suspended. 08, driving the license suspended. 10, driving the license suspended second. 10, driving the license suspended. And 11, an attempted CSC 3. 11, larceny 1,000 to 20,000. Also in 11, there's an attempted larceny in the building, a joyride, driving the license suspended, and another driving the license suspended. In 14, there was a fail to comply with SORA requirements. 17, failed to comply with SORA requirements as a second. In 21, operating without a license. 24, failed to comply with SORA. In 97, there was a set aside for receiving and concealing $100 or less, not shown in the CCH.
Look at that courtroom, it's packed.
There is an NSF check over $100 from, I believe that's 2000. Driving the license suspended from 2000. 05, there was a driving the license suspended. 06, driving the license suspended. 11, driving the license suspended. And 21.
Dude, this guy's been driving with his license suspended for like decades. And got caught every time, it seems like.
Any comment regarding bond, Mr. Martel?
Yes, Your Honor. We, of course, respect these are extremely serious allegations. Without disputing the fact that this defendant does have a prior criminal history, obviously, even though some of those prior criminal histories are also very serious, I would ask the court to note none of those were for these type of allegations. I have represented this defendant in the past, and what I would say is, to my recollection, he's always stayed in contact with the defender's office. He's always been to court when we asked.
No way, dude. Yeah, but he's always probably stayed in contact with the defender's office because he wasn't accused of murder. He was just like driving without a license, you know? It's not nearly the same crime. I haven't heard any whys yet, but if you could get all the little bits, the story you could put together is insane and so awful. Yeah. We'll wait for more to come out before I dive into it, so there's something solid that I can hang my hat on.
Court, if I recall correctly, I don't believe there ever being any flightless concerns. He does have strong ties to the community.
He ain't got no bond.
Address that I have, and I won't say it on the record, but it is the one that he's given us before, and I don't doubt he continues to have strong ties to the community. I know he's extremely low income, so I would ask the court to factor that in when setting a bond. I do realize there will almost certainly be a monetary bond, but I ask the court to factor that in. I also ask the court to consider non-monetary bond conditions for public safety when deciding if it can be on the lower end of that. I don't doubt he would comply, as he's always complied with all bond conditions. Perhaps no contact with codes.
Listen, man, as far as convicts go, this guy is top notch. Every time he's been arrested, the several times he's been arrested in the past, he's always shown up to court. That's why we should let him have bond. No, not this time.
co-conspirators, GPS tether, house arrest, things of that nature. But again, I just
House arrest?
factor in
He murdered
everything
someone.
said so far today.
That's great.
He probably has to try. He has to at least try, even though he knows he's fighting an uphill battle.
Thank you. The people are going to ask the court to deny bond in this
Yeah,
matter.
that's
Under MCR
probably what most of the
6.106
people want.
B1, the court may deny a pretrial release to a defendant charged with murder. He is charged with first-degree premeditated murder
Yeah.
and felony murder, along with several other heinous crimes. In this case, we have two individuals that created a plan. They conducted research. They brought Rebecca Park to their home. They forced her into a vehicle and took her into the woods, where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out of her, ultimately causing her death and the death of the baby. This is as heinous and as awful a case as it could be.
Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? What they did to this poor girl? Invited her to their house, walked her out to the woods, just like the Slender Man thing, and then they all took turns stabbing her. And then they cut her baby out of her belly. This is demented, dude. Straight demented.
And I don't believe there are any circumstances
Yeah.
in which Mr. Bartholomew should be granted any bond. Thank you.
You can hear people crying in the court.
Updated so that I've read the search warrants that I've read, what's been presented to the court today, that Mr. Bartholomew does present as both a threat and a fight.
This guy's got to feel like the most lonely guy in this whole entire courtroom. Like, forget about this guy up here. He's got guards with him. This guy is supposed to represent this monster. Good luck with that, pal. Good luck with that.
Fight against the community. As such, she will be held without bond.
Held without bond. Expected that one.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't know what could drive someone to want to do this. I really don't. So quiet. I wonder if our boy's here. E.g., this happened before they even have a name for it. Fetal abduction. Wow. I imagine that there's got to be stories like this of people who've done something horrendous like this in the past. But listening to the prosecutor lay it out, like what the cops figured out, that was hard to hear. That was the first time I heard that. I almost want to go back and hear her say it again.
Causing her park to their home murder. Their MCR
Okay, so listen again when she describes exactly what happened, and then we'll fast forward through the silence so they start talking again. So here it is. She's gonna lay it out.
Thank you. The people are going to ask the court to deny bond in this matter. Under MCR 6.106 B1, the court may deny a pretrial release to a defendant charged with murder. He is charged with first-degree premeditated murder and felony murder, along with several other heinous crimes. In this case, we have two individuals that created a plan. They conducted research. They brought Rebecca Park to their home. They forced her into a vehicle and took her into the woods.
They forced her into a vehicle, so she knew what was gonna happen to her when they forced her into the vehicle. She knew she wasn't getting out of there alive.
Where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out of her, ultimately causing her death and the death of the baby. This is as heinous and as awful a case as it could be. And I don't believe there are any circumstances in which Mr. Bartholomew should be granted any bond. Thank you.
Look, his lawyer's like, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't trust you guys letting him out either. What's up, Carla? How you doing, girl? It's happened multiple times when a pregnant woman has met up with a woman from Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace buying baby stuff. Never go alone. Yeah. Yeah, because people are nuts. And, sometimes there might be that crazy person who can't have a baby themselves, so they're just going to take your baby. I've heard that before. Definitely heard that before. But how crazy, man.
There's a reserved seat over there.
So what happened here? Dude, this guy's got to be like, why did I become a lawyer? Why in God's name did I become a lawyer? And why am I a public defender? This sucks.
There's a reserved seat over there.
State of Michigan. Be a lawyer, they said. You'll make money, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
It's prohibited.
This only came out 4 hours ago.
No one may use portable electronic device to take photographs or audio or video. This is the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Bradley and Alan Bartholomew, case number. This is the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Courtney Marie Bartholomew, case number 254994FY. Here for an arraignment. Ms. Bartholomew, did you have the opportunity to meet with somebody from the defender's office either yesterday or today?
So this is the other person.
I did.
I have a complaint that alleges that on or about November 3rd, 2025, in Antioch Township and/or Boone Township of Wexford County, it is alleged in count number 1 that you committed the offense of homicide, murder in the first degree, premeditated upon Rebecca.
Look at her trying to act all surprised like she didn't know. We all know. We all know that she did this.
Park. That is a felony punishable by up to life without parole, and DNA to be taken upon arrest. In count number 2 is.
That's her mom? So her mom was in on it too? Dude, that is just craziness, man. Craziness.
The offense of homicide and felony murder upon Rebecca Park. That is a felony punishable by up to life without parole, and DNA to be taken upon arrest. In count number 3, it is alleged that you committed the offense of torture. That is a felony punishable by up to life or any term of years in consecutive sentencing.
Michigan still has the death penalty.
In count number 4, it is alleged that you committed the offense of conspiracy to commit torture with Bradley Bartholomew. That is a felony punishable by up to life and/or any term of years and/or $10,000. And again, consecutive sentencing may be imposed if it happened in the place of confinement. In count number 5, it was alleged that you committed the offense of assault, pregnant individual, intentionally causing miscarriage or stillbirth. That is a felony punishable by life or any term of years. In count number 6, it is alleged that you committed the offense of conspiracy to commit assault by an individual, intentionally causing miscarriage or stillbirth. That is a felony punishable by life or any term of years. In count number 7, it is alleged that you committed the offense of unlawful imprisonment. That is a felony punishable by up to 15 years in prison and/or a fine of $20,000. Count number 8, it is alleged that you committed the offense.
Dude, these people are going to jail forever. They'll never see the light of day again. And I guarantee all of them are going to get guilty.
Or a fine of $500. Do you understand those charges and the potential penalties? On felony complaints, you have certain rights.
It didn't seem like she did because when they first read that she was being charged with homicide, she was like, I can't believe that. Me? Why am I being charged with like, you know, like just that fake reaction.
Your rights remain silent. Anything you say or write can and will be used against you.
She's trying to salvage that last little bit of self-respect she might have for herself.
Questioning that you consent to and the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to be represented by an attorney, and if you could not afford one to be appointed to represent you at public expense, but you may be required to repay a portion of that expense. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Today, do you plan to hire an attorney to represent yourself or request the appointment of an attorney?
Request.
The court will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney who will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and will set the matter for a preliminary examination. That's a hearing that's held here in the district court within 21 days. At that hearing, the prosecution will be required to prove two things. One, probable cause that these crimes had occurred, and two, probable cause that you were the person who committed the offenses. If the prosecution is not able to do that, the case would be dismissed. But if they are able to do that, you'd be ordered to stand trial in circuit court. Prior to the preliminary...
I do like turtles. Yeah, I know. Getting killed by your own mom, dude, and stepfather. I don't care if this girl was like the biggest nightmare to be around ever. Nobody deserves to end or have their life ended the way that this girl's life was ended. She had to be so terrified, especially with the fact that she was pregnant. Like, that baby was innocent. These people are monsters. The Teenage Mutant Ninja. I do like those too. All kinds of turtles.
Yes, Your Honor.
I like Raphael. I'm still trying to catch up on my sleep from having to work that snowstorm.
Counsel tracks the scores here at a risk level 2. The defendant's passed as showed 15 the driving license suspended second, 18 driving license suspended, 19 allowing another person to operate in violation of the vehicle.
Dude, but why do people feel so comfortable driving without a license? Like, that's nuts. 38 weeks pregnant. Yeah, they knew that baby wasn't going to survive outside of the womb. If it was, it would have came already, you know? What they said, she was in labor when she vanished. So, like, they waited for her to go into labor, and then they just started stabbing her or something? That's nuts. I heard E.G. has to catch up on his sleep from all the late-night bottoming. Yep, that's exactly it. What's up, New Moon? How are you? Sweet God says, Cowabunga when my dyslexic keyboard allows me to type gooder than this. How much snow did you get? We actually didn't get any snow, which is even more of a pain in the butt. Because then you just gotta sit there and wait. Like, you're not like busy working. You just sit there and wait.
20 lying to a peace officer in a 1 to 4 year investigation.
38 weeks is really close. Yeah, I'm not good at math, so I wasn't able to divide it by 9. But I'm sure all you pregnant ladies out there know exactly the timeline.
In 14, there was a driving license suspended set aside, and 18 false or forged ID set aside. On a local record not showing the CCH.
Yeah, you probably could.
Stray dog and a licensed dog.
Of course, I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to that kind of stuff, though, because I didn't carry my daughter. I just was there when
15
she came out.
Driver license expired. 17 allowing unlicensed driver to operate. 19 allowing unlicensed driver to operate.
Crap, I gotta stop yawning.
False report of the misdemeanor. Any comment regarding bond, Mr. Martel?
Yes, Your Honor. You do realize these are very serious allegations. She does, as the court did note, have a prior criminal history.
Is he gonna say that verbatim the same exact thing he said for the other guy? Right now, he started it like the same exact way that he did for the other client.
Nothing anywhere relatable to this. I would ask the court to factor that in when setting bonds. I have had contacts with her in the past. I did represent family members of hers. I won't go into too much detail about that. What I will say is, without giving the address on record, I am familiar that she does have strong ties to that area. She does have friends and family and support structure in the area. She also has a variety of disabilities that I won't go into too much detail just for respect.
Well, apparently she's not disabled enough to not stab someone and try to take their baby out of her belly, let alone her daughter.
Her, but she does have upcoming.
I could have a Red Bull, but
MRIs, CAT scans, don't believe she's a flight risk. And I don't
That might
believe
make me
that
more
that
tired,
covers
though.
nice to the community, but also due to her need to do those medical appointments.
All right.
I believe that she would
I gotta get the Red Bull. You're right. I gotta get the Red Bull. Give me 1 sec. We gotta at least make it to 10. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make it to 10. And I could go to sleep without a Red Bull, no problem. Like, that don't bother me. You know?
obey any non-monetary bond conditions that were placed on her.
Yeah, I know north of me got a lot of snow, too.
That would be appropriate scenario. No contact with alleged co-conspirators, house arrest, things of that nature. I do realize the court's not required to set a monetary bond, but I would ask the court to consider it, including factoring in her disability, her low income, and the fact that her prior criminal history doesn't have these type of allegations in it. Thank you.
I don't see what her...
Again, the people are going to request the court deny bond in this case pursuant to MCR 6.106B1, which allows the court to deny pretrial release to a defendant charged with murder. She is charged with murder. She's also charged with felony murder and 6 other counts, as the court read. I hate to repeat it, but to create a record in this case as well, I think no bond or being held without bond is appropriate. Again, this is a case of premeditated torture and murder. These 2 individuals created a plan, conducted research. Ms. Bartholomew brought Rebecca to their home. They forced her into another vehicle and took her into the woods, where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out, and ultimately caused her death and the death of the baby. They then left Rebecca in the woods.
So she was so they didn't like stab her. They like cut the baby out of her while she was still alive. And then just left her there like a piece of like a carrier pigeon, dude. Yeah, so this is the mom's trial now. We just heard about the boyfriend, the stepfather right before this. And every time this prosecutor has to say what the case is, she's giving more and more detail. So the dad was the stepfather was part of the actual murder plot, where he was probably the one to help force her in the car. Whereas the mom, what you just heard was the mom, like, brought her daughter to this house and then told her to get in the car, where they walked her out to the woods, then forced her to lie down, and then they took a knife and they opened up her belly while she was pregnant. That is insane to me. That is beyond evil. And then it sounds, from the way that the prosecutor's explaining it too, is it sounds like this poor girl was alive when she was laying down, and they just took a knife, cut open her pregnant belly, and then took the baby out and just left her daughter on the ground and walked away. That's why they went out to the woods, I guess, to hopefully not leave a evidence or something, but just absolutely sickening. Well, at least now we know why the baby wasn't with her. I agree, Gracie, this is horrifying. Now we know why they found her body without the baby, because the family took it. And the baby died because the baby cannot survive without the mother. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking.
This is, frankly...
Yeah, to your own kid, too.
And I would ask the court to hold her without bond.
The court does find, based on what's been presented to it today, the probable cause affidavit I've read and the various search warrants I've read, the defendant is both a flight risk and a threat to the community.
Yeah, no crap.
I am going to order...
Yeah, I haven't heard what they did with the baby yet. I don't know what... But apparently the baby did not survive. So we know that much, that the baby didn't survive.
No, 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 no.
What just happened right there? Hang on.
I am going to order. No, 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 no.
Is that like a secretary or something?
I am going to order. No, 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 no.
Mother or emergency medical care? I can't tell what's happening right here, why this judge starts just screaming, no, 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 no. Is there like a phone call on here or something?
I am going to order. No, 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 no.
Unless somebody was speaking in the back and we just can't see them. Hang on, I want to see the reaction of the lawyer. Maybe they'll tell us where this is, where the voice is coming from. Oh, you know what? I think it's coming from the TV. Did she speak in the I want to see. Okay, let me see again. Maybe she's speaking from here.
Community, therefore she will be held without bond. I am going to order. No, 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 no.
Yeah, there it is. You could see it because it lights up yellow. So that was her talking, and that's why the judge is saying no, 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 no. Okay, it took me a minute, but I figured it out. But what is she saying though? What is she? I don't think it'll come through on closed captions, but maybe we'll be able to hear what she said.
Flight risk, any threat to the community, therefore she will be held without bond. I am going to order. No, 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 no.
Yeah, you can't hear what she's trying to say. I really want to know what she's trying to say here.
Risk, any threat to the community, therefore she will be held without bond. I am going to order. No, 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 no.
I don't know what she's trying to say right there. I was trying really hard to listen to see if I could kind of decipher what she was trying to say. I know she mentioned something about a baby, but nothing like that is clear enough for me to be able to repeat and say that I feel comfortable with her saying.
I'm also going to order that the defendant not having contact with Bradley Bartholomew, and I'm going to sua sponte go back and add that requirement to his bond conditions as well. Counsel, anything for the record?
No, sir, thank you.
All right, thank you, Wexford.
She said, "Your Honor, I have, but couldn't make out the rest." Yeah, I know that part, but I think she said, I could have swore she said baby or something like that, or trying to like maybe do a last-ditch effort to get some type of freedom. Oh, sounds like I have a 14. Okay, no, God, you guys are gonna make me go back and listen to this again. I really want to know what she's saying, dude. All right, if anybody can figure it out, you let us know. All right, so here it is here again. Listen very, very carefully.
Any threat to the community, therefore she will be held without bond. I am going to order. No, 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 no.
I think you're right, Sarah. I think she's saying, Your Honor, I have a 14-year-old son with needs, maybe? Your Honor, I have a 14-year-old son with needs. Let me hear it again. Maybe that's what she's saying right here. But I think you're right, Sarah. Sarah got some eagle ears, man.
Risk, any threat to the community, therefore she will be held without bond. I am going to order. No, 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 no.
So she says, Your Honor, I have a 14-year-old son who needs, and then that's when he starts saying no, 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 no. So I think that what she's saying is, I thought I heard baby too. But I know she's definitely, so Sarah was right. She's definitely saying, Your Honor, I have a 14-year-old son who needs, and then the judge starts saying, no, 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 no. Like, yeah, nobody cares about your other kids right now because of what you did to the first kid, okay? Let's just say that your parenting skills aren't exactly special needs. That probably is it. Your Honor, I have a 14-year-old special needs. No, and then he says, no, 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 no. Yeah, it's gotta be something along them lines. Yeah, the nerve of her to say that during that time, dude, it's just sickening, But anyway, we'll keep an eye on this story and see what unfolds in it. And if we get any more information, we'll definitely check it out because some with special needs makes sense. Yeah, I think that's probably what you were saying, something along the lines of, Your Honor, I have a 14-year-old son with special needs, and then the guy was just like, shut the f up, lady. Nobody cares what you need. Nobody cares what your son needs right now. We need to figure out what your daughter needs first, and that's justice, all right? And then we can handle your son. But you are never going to be seeing him again unless he's visiting you in a prison. The child is better off being raised by a yeah, I agree. He's better off being raised. That special needs kid, the last thing he needs right now is to be around her, right? That's crazy. That's crazy that she's going to use parenting as a reason why she should get bond. Well, I mean, if these people were that brilliant in the first place, they wouldn't have probably done this, right? So, unofficial mascot for California Academy of Science dies. Claude the albino alligator has died. No, not Claude. Take anything but Claude, not him. Not the albino alligator. Watch, this is going to be super loud in my ears now because I turned this all the way up. All right, I gotta turn this down a little bit because I don't want to blow your guys' ears out either. Although, if I turn this down a little bit, maybe it won't be so bad and I can monitor the audio better. But I don't know. This is what we'll do. We'll try it like this. If it's too loud, let me know, guys. People are too peoply for me? Yeah, understatement of the century right there.
From the California Academy of Sciences. You know this guy here. Its beloved albino alligator Claude has died. ABC 7 News reporter Suzanne Fawn has more on this.
That is a crazy looking alligator, though.
San Francisco icon's life.
So many people in San Francisco know and love Claude. He was an ambassador. He was an unofficial mascot here for nearly 2 decades. Claude the albino alligator, a celebrated figure in San Francisco, has died after a suspected infection. After 17 years at the California Academy of Sciences, he had countless fans.
I
He
barely
stood out,
tolerate
not just for his
EG. Thank you,
albinism or
Alex.
missing finger, but for how he brought people together. When was the last time you saw Claude, and what do you remember?
7 years ago, my nephews, you know, they
That's a Caucasian alligator, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
enjoyed it. It was really nice, you know.
I remember that one time I fed Claude chicken, and then he bit my hand. But because he was a white albino alligator, it meant so much more to me.
Made a lot of kids happy, family as well, and then sad to hear this news that he passed away.
Julian just came back from Thanksgiving vacation, and for 2 days he was very adamant about seeing Cloud, he loves Cloud, but it was very unusual for him to be really adamant about seeing him. We didn't get to make it yesterday, but we finally got to make it today, and then we found out the news, and it was so sad.
I'm a pet squirrel.
Claude helped attract
Damn.
millions of visitors. Claude would get fan mail, gifts, and artwork from
Fan mail? You guys are sending fan mail to the alligator? What are they, like, reading it to him?
fans around the world. He just celebrated his 30th birthday in September.
Damn, that
Late
alligator's almost as old as I am.
today, museum authorities released this statement saying, quote, Claude showed us the power of ambassador animals to connect people to nature and stoke curiosity to learn more about the world around us. The UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine will be looking into how and why Claude died.
Probably because he's an alligator who was getting fan mail, if I had to guess.
Wait a minute. The person that was arrested with the Slender Man girl is speaking out. I'm kind of curious as to what they were doing when they were hanging out.
This is
Because I'm almost positive that like they were meeting up because she was like getting into like sexual sadism or something. And this is like a trans guy. Okay, a trans woman, I guess he's transitioning into or something. But I'm curious to hear what they have to say. Like, maybe he'll give us some insight of what Morgan and him were doing when they got picked up.
new video of Mecca in the back of the squad car right before police released him out of custody. And tonight, the APC station in Madison reports a person identifying themselves as the person arrested with Geyser, calling their newsroom, saying that they're leaving Madison with Geyser and that was the best way to keep her safe. Now, here's part of that phone call.
I did not find this out until mid-morning.
43-year-old arrested. This is the guy that was hanging out with Morgan Geyser, the girl that was the Slender Man stabber. And apparently Morgan was like writing a lot of stuff about like sexual sadism, like, and this guy was writing her from prison, I'm guessing. This guy's probably a creep, if I had to guess. Most likely a creep that was like obsessing over her for a long time and writing her for a while and pen paling her. So this person's probably a creep.
Yesterday, already in Chicago.
Find out what?
He ran because of me.
Well, Mecca, who also goes by Charlie, says the pair met at a church and formed a strong friendship. Mecca says Geyser wanted to escape because she was worried the group home she was living at would not let them visit each other.
Look at her. She's, what, she's like 22 now or 23, and this guy's a 43-year-old man. Look at her clinging to him. Like, I don't know. The whole situation is really, really odd for me. Mika says Geyser wanted to escape because she was worried the group home she was living in would not let them visit each other. What, so that he could do like weird stuff to her because he's been looking at her childhood photos or something?
She sobbed. She's like, they'll take away our visitation, Charlie. Lose you, and you're my best friend. And, you know that before you showed up, I was ready to drink bleach and just all this stuff. And the thing of it is, she already made it clear if I didn't go with her or not, she was still going. And she was not going back to jail. And I know what that means. At the end of the day, I followed what I thought was right. And I stand by it.
I don't get it. Yeah, that's a rough 43, to say the least.
Now, the police report says Mecca and Geyser were trying to make it to Nashville, Tennessee. Officers released Mecca with a citation notice. Mecca's court date is scheduled for January 15th.
Yeah, because, I mean, he was aiding and abetting at the end of the day. And I feel like he knew who Morgan was. And maybe Morgan was trying to protect him by acting like he didn't. But yeah, I don't know, man. Something feels just off about that whole situation, dude. But Morgan's like, Morgan made mistakes, but the girl didn't die. She could still figure out a way to have a productive life, just staying out of the public eye. But she just needed to follow what she needed to do before they let her out again. And she couldn't do it, which just shows me that she doesn't have any regret, like any kind of issues with following the rules. She's not a rule follower. She's a rule breaker and kind of an idiot, if I'm being honest. Morgan, get your crap together. All right, you're still young enough that you can have some type of productive life. Yes, you made probably one of the dumbest mistakes anybody ever could, but I saw this on the news this morning, so I'm actually kind of glad that you put this in here, Phallic, because this is a crazy story, right? University of Delaware, which is actually pretty close to where I live. This was a big story on our news channels this morning. So let's take a look here. This person was plotting to do some really bad stuff to the University of Delaware's police department.
Well, this 25-year-old University of Delaware student is in custody this afternoon and now faces serious charges. Investigators say it appears he was plotting to attack the school's police department. CBS Philadelphia's Ross DiMattei is on campus outside the department's headquarters in Newark with the very latest. Ross.
Hey, Siafa. So, yeah, the University of Delaware has confirmed that 25-year-old Luqman Khan is an undergraduate student here. Meanwhile, Newcastle County Police say they have foiled his potential plot to attack the school's police department. It was a little before midnight on Monday, November 24th, when Newcastle County police officers say they stopped 25-year-old Luqman Khan inside a white Toyota pickup truck at West Canby Park in Wilmington. They say he refused to get out of the truck and resisted arrest, so they took him into custody and searched the vehicle.
They located a Glock handgun in the vehicle, along with ballistic body armor. They also loaded 4 27-round extended magazines, as well as a micro-conversion kit for the Glock handgun.
They also found a handwritten notebook in which investigators say Khan described additional firearms, how they could be used in an attack, and how he could escape law enforcement after carrying it out. The notebook also named a specific target who was a member of the University of Delaware's campus police, along with a detailed drawing of the department's headquarters, including spots to enter and exit the building.
This is a very shocking stop. This is not a routine stop.
That is like, I don't know. You could say what you want about God and people like interfering or God stepping in, but this guy could have done some serious damage. Serious damage.
This is a classic example of what they thought was just a person in the park after dark, which we deal with.
A person in the park after dark. Yeah, that's a pretty sick hat, though, I will say. Pretty sick hat.
A lot. And this so happened to be a possible shooter of some sort.
A day after the initial arrest, the FBI executed a search warrant at Khan's home in Wilmington. He told investigators he lived alone.
Very antisocial. You say hi to him, they run in the house and lock the door.
Inside, investigators say they found a rifle and another Glock handgun, which was also equipped with a switch, a device that can turn a standard semi-automatic handgun into a machine gun.
It's crazy, man. I really don't have too much to say about that one, man, but you got to be careful with people, man.
I feel like this guy was just like, hey, what y'all doing over there? That Delaware guy. Yeah, you want to give us a comment? Man, I'm trying to go to work. But yeah, come over here. I'll give you two lines to use. This guy's like he's trying to interview him, and this guy's like trying to hurry up and get in his car. A person in the park after dark sounds like a movie. Yeah, it does. This Friday, starring Channing Tatum and Olivia Rodrigo. This movie will have you shaking. A person in the park after dark. Rated R. Starts Friday. You're right. Yeah, it does.
Know what's on people's mind.
In a statement, the University of Delaware's interim president confirmed Khan is an undergraduate student who has been separated from the university and banned from campus until his legal matters are resolved. She went on to write, in part, quote, "There are no known or immediate threats to the University of Delaware community. However, the press release describes evidence of a plan that targeted the University of Delaware Police Department. This is frightening to all of us." And according to the arrest affidavit, Khan, who was originally born in Pakistan before moving to the U.S. and becoming an American citizen, has no prior criminal history. He's now facing federal charges of illegally possessing a machine gun. I reached out to his public defender for comment, but we are still waiting to hear back tonight. Siafa, Natasha, I'll send it back to you.
Ross, thank you.
That's crazy, man. If that guy could have caused some serious havoc, but that's just one of them lucky stops, you know? And nobody seemed like they knew that this was going to happen. It wasn't until they pulled him over and found all this stuff that he was on his way to go do. So maybe he was one of those people who was just blaming everybody else for all the problems in his life, you know? So pretty nuts, pretty nuts. Nutso stuff, man. I tell you, can't trust nobody these days, bruh. British IT consultant arrested for posting pictures of him legally using firearms in America. That's a weird story, but we'll probably skip that one for now. That one doesn't speak to me.
That one doesn't speak to me. We'll save community highlights for the end of the stream. But let's get ready. Remind me, though, community highlights, so I don't forget. I see we have main topic options where CoffeeZilla and Kipoga, which we talked about yesterday. The girl who fell in love with her psychiatrist, Kendra, is back on her bullshit. She's just doing that for clout at this point, right? She can't keep going. She can't have anything more to say. But I did make a decision. We're going to talk about psychics tonight and people who do terrible things. These people aren't exactly murderers. We've seen a lot worse so far today, but crime is always up on the holidays. Yeah, I don't understand what that's all about. Like, why? Like, what is it about Christmas that makes people just want to start murking people? I don't get it. I guess because the weather changes and stuff, and people are unhappy, especially if you like don't find a boo thing to shack up with. Decision about what? I don't know. I didn't make a decision. Yeah, community highlights. Don't forget. Community highlights. Tonight, we're going to be highlighting Daniel's crew. Randy. Wait, I think it's the amazing Randy versus. So I'm trying to. Okay, this is some of the. Oh, there's like 9 of these. So we'll probably just watch this guy's stuff here. These are all pretty old stories, but I've never talked about this stuff, and I've always found it to be pretty interesting. So Psychic Cringe Fails 2. This is meant to just be like lighthearted fun, okay? Because we've been taking on some pretty crazy stuff lately. I'm gonna try to find the original one that this guy posted. Chod Munch. Shining spotlight on liars, cheats, and stupidity around the world. I like this guy. I like the cut of this guy's jib. All right, where's the playlist here? Liars Busted playlist. Psychic Cringe Fails. Okay, here we go. This is the first one. Oh my God. Do you guys remember this lady? If you're young enough, you remember this lady. She used to talk like she smoked 13 cigarettes a day, and she would be on Montel Williams' show all the time. It's all right, Falak. That doesn't mean we ain't gonna cover it. It just means we're not gonna cover it right now. Gonna take a few streams to get it streamed. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get it streamlined. Don't you worry. Yeah, eShift ain't in Discord. Is community highlights on a Discord channel? Yes, but if you want, I don't know how you would even reach out to us if you wanted a project. You could email it to me at laterwithlately, eShift, if you want something you're working on, highlight it. Well, you're too young, Blue Jay. I wouldn't expect you to know this. Anybody who's in their 30s, though, probably remembers her. Falak, you probably remember her, right? Rajira probably remembers her. I don't know how old eShift is. Or New Moon. I don't know how old New Moon is either. Sylvia the Psychic, yeah. She would always come on and then just tell people, like, the craziest stuff about like their like people who they love dying and stuff, and she would have no freaking clue whether she was right or not. Yeah, she was a very popular. Every time she was on, the ratings would go up, and she would come on there, so she would be able to sell tickets for her shows, right? So, let's take a look here. E-Bombs World, though. This shows you how old this was. All right, let's take a look at some Psychic Cringe Fails, okay? And then we'll take a deeper look into the Amazing Randy verse people, which I do think Amazing Randy is in a lot of these clips.
Tragically, a few years ago, they never found him. And I've had such a hard time since, every day.
The reason why you didn't find him is because he's in water. And to find him in water, it's like the girl that's missing in Aruba. You can't find somebody.
Well, it was September 11th. There was no, he was a fireman, but there's
Well, no, see, I keep seeing him in water.
No, he didn't die on September 11th. I saw him on water, okay? Yes, he must have been in he might have been in the Twin Towers, but no, he's in water. Trust me, you're wrong. I'm right. Who says that to somebody who's like suffering from losing someone on 9/11? And look, she doesn't even know what to say. They're just staring at each other. They're just staring at each other because neither of them knows what to say now. Because Sylvia's trying to figure out a way out of this mess, and this lady's trying to figure out what the hell this lady's talking about and how he could possibly be in water when he was in the World Trade Centers. You know?
Is there any way he could have drowned in water some way?
They never found a piece of him. Nothing.
From 9/11.
Because he says he couldn't breathe and he was filled with water. Well, if they were trying to put the fire out, Montel.
They could have, yeah.
See, that's bullshit because one, they never got the okay, I know a lot more about 9/11 than Sylvia Brown did probably at this time, but you know she's full of crap because one, they weren't, only one firefighter at the time was able to make it up to where the impact zone of the plane was. They didn't even get a chance to start running the hoses. Now the sprinkler systems did go off in those buildings, but it wasn't enough to combat jet fuel. You know, they needed actual fire hose. But this is why, like, please, anybody who ever tells me that they believe in this stuff, you're crazy. All right, you're crazy. And I'm open-minded about a lot of things, but this is like way too far. To tell me that this lady is a psychic with this haircut, you telling me the spirits didn't say, "Oh, honey, no, that's not the look." Although I think it's a wig. I think this is personally a wig. But, yeah, this lady's I don't know. I want to go back and watch all of her old stuff and just see how much shit she got wrong.
No, they won't find him, but honey, that's okay because it doesn't matter if they find him or not. He's still over there.
I've been in, and that's the best she could do. Also, and by the way, she's not even right about that because they've been doing nonstop DNA testing on all the body parts. They've collected every piece of body part that they found, no matter if it's the smallest bone fragment from 9/11, so they can try to ID as many people as they can. And they're still doing that to this day. And they're slowly finding more and more people from 9/11 that every day is getting phone calls being like, we were able to match this DNA. And family members come in, they can donate blood or, DNA to compare to bones. Like if somebody felt like they lost a loved one in 9/11, they can go and put their, do the DNA test. Well, not a test, but submit DNA so that if like someone in that family, if they find a body part that matches that DNA, they can tell that little piece of maybe bone that was found in the Twin Towers when it was crashed, they can connect it to that person that submitted the DNA, and they could make a positive ID on who it was. And that has been going on for 24 years now. They've been doing this. So props to all the people that are making that happen because that's impressive work and that's important work. Psychics are the most debunked grifters. Oh yeah. Because you just know, no, the psychic powers don't exist. We would know by now. The military tried in like Vietnam and with LSD to try to create like super soldiers, and it failed miserably.
Business with this for over 30 years.
So we decided to see
closer to 70 than 60. Well, thank you, E-Shift. I like a more mature people, and I hope that you guys enjoy the show because that's who I kind of target. I don't want we don't need a bunch of young whippersnappers up in here. I want everybody from 20. Well, actually, Blue Jay's not the youngest. Who the one girl that used to come in here.
all the time. Her name's escaping me right now. She had a very nice name. But we had to. We couldn't keep her to Discord. She was under 18. I think she was only like 14. But from her age, we told her she could still keep watching the streams though. But she goes from I know her name's gonna pop into my head out of nowhere. Because I pretty much know all of my anybody who watches me. Summer, that's it. Summer. Yeah, Summer at 14 is still enjoying the stream all the way up to, I guess that would make, if E-Shift is closer to 70 than 60, then that would make her the oldest. But that's awesome. So that means that we got a nice broad range of people watching, and that's exactly what I want, you know. As long as everybody's having a good time, doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are. As long as we're having a good time, having a few laughs, having a few wow moments, that's why I'm here. That's why I do this. So thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are amazing. Now, on to the next weirdo psychic.
What happened when we asked a psychic detective to help solve a missing persons case? Posing as the distraught brother of a missing child, we sent our producer, Charlie McElravy, to meet with Lori McQuarrie.
Hi, how are you? Very nice to meet you, Lori.
We showed her a photo of this missing girl, and she agreed.
E-Shift, I would say that you probably would like having Discord. Regira is a whiz at it, and you know, she's one of the older people who watch. But Regira is an absolute whiz at it, and it's just a great way to stay in contact with people whenever we're not live. You know, everybody who's in the chat right now is typically in the Discord. Not everybody, but I would say probably 90% of the people are in there just kind of hanging out, talking about their day, helping each other get through tough times, you know, and it's a very positive environment. You know, if anybody's a problem causer, they usually don't last, or we just straight throw them out. So I would encourage you to look in the Discord. I think you might actually kind of like it, as long as you stay like with us and don't like wander off into other servers and you know, because then that's when things get risky. But if you want help learning how to use it, you're absolutely, we can definitely get you set up there and make sure that you're in the right community with us. Gypsy Rose is in our Discord, you know, so consider making an account. You know, I think that you would like it. You have to watch though. There are people who will message you and try to like scam you and stuff in there. But that's why but you know Pierogi, you know how he works, you know what to watch out for. You'd be fine as long as you just delete those people and don't engage with them at all. They can't hurt you. That's also, yeah, it also gives you notifications for when I go live, and if I'm not going to stream, I will post in there. Sometimes if I'm going to do a surprise stream, I'll post in there, or if I'm doing something on one of my other channels, I'll post in there. I'd get stuck there and never get anything done. I was on Facebook for a while. It was so toxic. It's nothing like Facebook. It's just us. It's like our community right here. And if you're worried about not getting anything done, I understand that. But like it's a good way to like engage with people. And sometimes people are talking during the streams in there, you know, talking, making fun of me or whatever. But you would probably enjoy it, you know, just a good way to stay in contact with people. There's a voice thing in there, so you guys can all hop in a call and talk with each other. We're gonna start doing movie nights in there. I know I keep promising this, but I promise you, once the monster truck season's over, we're gonna start doing movie nights in there too, which will be super fun. So
Take the case for $400.
But I think it's solvable.
let me tell you,
I'm
gonna start this over so we can see where she's at, because I missed that whole beginning.
Over there.
I've been in business with this for over 30 years.
So we decided to see what would happen when we asked a psychic detective to help solve a missing persons case.
Oh, a
Posing
psychic
as the
detective.
distraught brother of
She
a
must be
missing
good at her
child,
job.
we sent our producer, Charlie McElravy, to meet with Lori McQuarrie.
Hi, how are you?
Lori
Very nice to meet you,
McQuarrie.
Lori.
We showed her a photo of this missing girl, and she agreed to take the case for $400.
$400.
But what Lori didn't know
That's
was that the
nuts.
photo our producer gave her was actually a childhood photo of me. And
Oh.
obviously, I'm very much alive. I don't believe
And she looked good too. She grew up into be a beautiful lady. Maybe where do you get it? So if you click that link that Phallic put in there, that's a link to my Discord. So you'll just have to create a little account and
I think the only thing you got to have is like your phone number, and nobody calls you or anything. It's just so that people can't steal your account. And that link right there will take you directly to my server so that you're in my server and not. I don't think there's anybody out there impersonating me yet. I don't think I'm big enough, but you know. Also, shout out to the 2 people over on EG Lately Live. Thank you guys for being there. That'll be post-December, guys. The season of AOD is coming to a dramatic finish at the end of the year. Yeah. By the way, guys, if you haven't watched those AODT videos, I fill them with lots of drama. I work really hard at making them. And I announce all of it. So you don't have to watch like the live streams. Just watch the videos that I make. And I do a pretty good job of building up the suspense. You can watch drivers from the very beginning of the season get better, some get worse, some kind of stay in the middle where I've been. But I think I would have done a lot better if I had a better, like, you know, I had the worst lineups ever. I always have to face some of the fastest guys in the first round. So, but check it out. It's a lot of fun, and I've had a lot of fun making them. You know, we'll see what happens next season, if I'm going to do the same thing or not. But as of right now, that's the plan. But I do want to get back on making EG Lately content again. Not just live streams, but like real hard-hitting videos and stuff like that. So, and Phallic will once you create a thing, like an account with your name on it, eShift immediately like message Phallic and or me, and we can help walk you through getting signed up and you know, show you how to use it and everything. It's actually pretty easy. Blue Jay didn't have Discord either until I showed her how to use it, and now Blue Jay loves Discord. I mean, she might spend more time over in K-Huck's Discord than mine, but no. But Blue Jay is the admin of my servers, and you guys all know Blue Jay. She does a great job. She's kind of just like, you know, there to be the eyes and ears for me. And if you guys have any questions, you reach out to Blue Jay. She does an awesome job. So just you know, keep an eye, you know, think about it. And if you have any questions, just let us know. But this way we'll be able to feature any projects that you do and stuff. I personally use Discord for sneak peeks and updates on video games I play for YouTubers when they go. Yeah, Blue Jay didn't have Discord until I showed her what it was, till I told her about it. And then she got it, and then now she loves it, you know. And there are some people who may spend too much time on Discord, but that's where it's up to you to moderate yourself a little bit. And the good thing about my server is it's not 24/7 conversation. It's mainly a lot of us saying good morning to each other. How's your day? If anybody has any weird thing happen in their life, they'll go in there and talk about it and stuff. And a lot of people, or if anybody has any tough things they're going through, they talk about it in there. We all rally around them to try to help keep them, you know, build them up and support them when they're going through a tough time. Hell, even when I go through tough times, I will go into the Discord and ask for y'all help. So, it's a really great. It started out as an app for gamers, but it's definitely become more of a socializing app now. So I heard AG uses Discord mostly for bottom video calls. Thank you so much, Carla Stop, for that information that you got from Dogpack that you know is lies, but for some reason you just cannot help yourself. All right, back to the crazy psychic people. Why? Well, who knows why.
I'm sorry, I believe that it was a violent passing.
McQuarrie's sixth sense told her the girl was brutally murdered and sexually assaulted.
I think she was hit in the head with a rock.
But her visions didn't end there.
I think she can be brought home.
Pointing to a remote spot on this map, she even said she could help bring her body home.
Maybe even a mile or two from there.
The next day, McQuarrie sat down for an interview with me to talk about the work of psychic detectives.
I just had a gentleman in yesterday. 30 years ago, his sister disappeared.
She soon began talking about a recent case, but clearly her psychic abilities didn't tell her that I was the girl in the picture.
One of the first things I do in a case, Lisa, is I always make sure people know that if I feel the person is living or not.
So you'll always know when you talk to a family member, when you start a case, you'll know if this person is dead or alive.
And that's the point, is that
every time.
Yes.
But apparently hers.
Dude, they set her up so good. I cannot wait to see the look on this lady's face when she finds out that she was the one.
Psychic abilities didn't see this coming.
Lori, I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Does this girl look familiar to you?
Yes, she does. I worked this case.
This is a girl who you said was beaten and killed.
Okay.
This little girl is me.
Maybe you came back. Maybe you came back from the dead. Weirder things have happened, okay, guys? Let's not just go acting like maybe she's the Walking Dead. Maybe she's the hottest zombie of all time, okay? Don't count that out.
And you told somebody that she's dead.
Wait a minute. You didn't disappear?
I'm right here.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
How do you explain being completely
I can't
wrong?
explain it. I can't explain it.
You're charging them hundreds of dollars.
You know what, dear?
Oh yeah, that's where she's like, "Oh, you're gonna mess with my money now? You're gonna mess with my money? I'm out. Your interview's over."
Hundreds of dollars. You're taking advantage of desperate people with a bunch of hocus pocus, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I think we'll...
You know what's funny? Is this lady probably went in there thinking, "Oh my God, I'm gonna make so much money. I'm on the news. That's gonna give me so much legitimacy. Nobody's gonna know." Dude, the money's going to start rolling in just to walk in and get ambushed by being called out for being a total freaking liar. That's great, dude. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. It's been an interesting experience. You all have a lovely, lovely evening.
I invited 3 mediums to a one-time Victorian chocolate factory where they all channeled the name George, an evil fat man who was the factory's first manager.
Oh boy.
She's given me the name of George.
And I got the name George.
George? It was George, yeah. The only trouble is that George is part of a made-up story that I planted on the Chocolate Factory website a week ago.
I feel like he was quite angry about something as well.
I think they might be cheating, and I'm curious to see if they'll repeat any more of my fake history.
So this is like a big thing for a lot of psychics. They will literally look up everything they can about you before they even sit down and talk with you. That way they can surprise you with like facts. There was a family couple that was friends of ours passed away. Their son passed away. And they went to see a psychic medium, and the psychic medium told them, that your son says thanks for the candy, and they were like, "Oh my God! Like, how could you possibly know that? We put a candy bar in the casket with our son. That's wild." She probably was able to like get pictures from the funeral or something, because I do believe it was an open casket for the guy who died. But there's no stoops they won't go to, as you'll see here.
You could go into a trance.
I could probably go into semi-trance, but not a full trance.
I can't go full trance. You never go full trance, guys. Can't do it.
George, did the horses hurt your legs? Yes or no?
The horses, they ran me over.
Astonishingly, Goldie has actually summoned the ghost of my made-up factory manager.
That's incredible. That's true psychic ability right there. She manifested and created this man out of thin air. That's a talent in its own, personally. This is exactly how they get their information. They do research on you. They look on your social media accounts, too. Yeah, it's exactly... Wasn't that what the people from the Conjuring House were doing when they did their little information thing, when they were doing the clicky, knocky ankle thing? Sweet brought us that story, too. Thank you, Sweet. But yeah, it's like all scammers use the same techniques, whether they're trying to scam you out of money or they're trying to scam you and tell you your loved one is dead when they're not.
Her deception is almost complete.
You okay, Goldie?
She's going trans.
You okay?
Yeah, I think so.
She did. She was a man for a moment there.
I'm really interested to get at this is some surnames, if possible, to try and kind of pinpoint these people.
Okay, she's giving me Bull.
And you know what the best part is? These people can't resist the idea of being on camera because they know it's good for their business. If they could be on a television show and say, as seen on this show, that's great for their brand, right? These guys looked at themselves as influencers. These guys are like the original influencer, right? And what's the best thing to have as an influencer: attention and clout. And that hasn't changed. The only difference is it's a little different now. We're a little more wiser to how they act. At paid events, they have researchers feed in info into the ear. Just look at when they touch their ear. Yeah. I think that's one of these things, too. I think Amazing Randy does it. We haven't even gotten to him yet, but I'll point him out when you guys see him. But Amazing Randy did a great job throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s of exposing so many of these frauds.
Bulldog.
So what's his name?
I've got George and I've got Bull.
Goldie's definitely researched my internet story.
Goldie, can I tell you something?
Yes, love.
All the things that you channeled today, like, George Bull, the American manager.
Yeah, you're going to tell me that.
I would sooner believe tarot cards than I would these loonies.
It's got nothing to do with it.
Well, I have to tell you, that all came from a story that I made up.
Oh, did it?
With the help of a psychologist.
You bloody
wanker! On the website.
You got me good.
Congratulations.
And did you read that website?
No. Congratulations.
So how do you know all these facts?
You got me.
A friend of a friend.
But, I mean,
a friend of a friend looked it up for me, and she told him to go wank off. And I said, yes, sir, I gladly would do so. But you did. You got me. You clever little fool. With your fake mustache. I could tell that wasn't a real mustache. I could tell right away when you walked in it wasn't a real mustache. Not at all. It doesn't even got hairs on it. And I knew that the second I looked at you.
Are you certain about the George Bull thing?
I am, yeah.
I'll be honest. I chose the name Bull for a reason.
Because it's shit. Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's clever. You got me again. It's Bull because it's shit. Oh. God, this is good. Well, I guess I'm going to have to go back at work at the pub. Looks like the jig's up for me, eh? That's what she's like.
Psychic. I knew that.
I'm a psychic. I knew you were fucking with me. I knew it. I could tell. The second I saw you, I saw fake mustache, fake story. I played along with it just because you're bloody fools. That's why. See, really, you think you guys are so smart. But the truth is, I've been playing you this whole time. Looks like it is electric tape. Look at that, your mustache is made of electric tape. How did I know that one? Because I'm psychic, I told you. See, everybody always doubts me. Some say it's just because I'm blonde. But really, it's because I'm psychic. These blonde hairs go deep into my brain. And that's how I could tell that your mustache was quite shit.
Told the whole story that we wrote.
My guy told me before I came here that I was going to be tested, and I said, fine, then we'll test one another.
So does that mean that you cheated?
I did. For most of it.
How much truth did we get tonight?
So a friend of a friend told me what you doing here, and that you was coming to expose me, and I said, well, hell, well, I might as well expose him back. That's exactly. I will admit, though, she is being a good sport about it. Like, see, at least she didn't run off like that other lady did. But she's like, I'm just happy to be on TV. I'm going to be honest. I've never been on television before. Yeah. She admitted it, yeah. I knew you was coming to test me. That's why I came. I'm not even a real psychic. I never claimed to be. I just signed up. I'm an actress.
You probably got about 30%, I think, Yana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit about it being called the Chocolate Factory.
I don't think it was ever a chocolate factory.
That's the one thing it was, Goldie, I'm afraid. It was a chocolate.
She can't even get the, She doesn't even... I don't think this was a chocolate factory. Actually, that's the one thing that was true, is this was a chocolate factory at one point. She can't even get that part right. Yes, Floro does a great job debunking these people. I know. I would love to do a video just talking about how crazy, especially the Christian ones now that are just like, oh, giving $1 million like handing a dollar to God.
Was it?
Yeah, you see, you've even got the truth wrong.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
I've decided to show him the fake manager's portrait I planted earlier that conveniently has the name plaque, George Bull.
George. George.
George.
George.
George. George of the jungle. Watch out for the tree. It all comes together, mate. George of the jungle. Watch out for a tree. He got killed by a tree. It's in the song. You bloody fool. I invited her to join us for this, but she's handling some paranormal drama at the moment. Hey, I totally appreciate that, sweat. But this guy's about to crack the case, you understand?
You getting a name calling for it?
Do you know the initials of his second name?
Mm-hmm.
Would it B?
Yeah.
Was it Ball?
It was.
That's what I got.
See, I got it because George Bulls hang under trees. I'm a genius.
This history that we got here is all made up.
That's made up, you sure?
Yeah.
You positive?
Yeah, I got someone to write that.
Check.
Listen, I'm going to tell you because I really feel this. How do you know that what you made up wasn't the actual truth? That's what I want to ask you right now. Also, I believe I had a premonition where you had a fake mustache.
I got someone to write that and then put that on the Chocolate Factory website.
So where did I get Ball from then?
Well, I think probably from the name plaque on it. But
I didn't see the name plaque. I can't see it because I need glasses.
Yeah.
I need glasses. That's why I walk around with just being blind all the time. I can only feel things. Oh, this one's nuts, dude. This one's like where Chris Angel acts like a tough guy, I think.
In a moment, bells will chime. It is the signal to Raymond and I to initiate the final step of the linking process.
He's doing a DSP.
When the tone sounds, the box will be opened, breaking the connection between Raymond, the box, and myself.
Is that Raven Simone? Yeah, so he looked like he was like, you know, coming. That's what he looked like.
Raven. It's easier to read Raymond's writing in the mirror. It says metal, rectangle, 4 wheels. And I hope it gives you something to remember for the rest of your lives. I thank you. I'll put my hand on your shoulder.
I can see you itching to say something here.
I just think it's comical, quite frankly. Before I even move ahead here, I'll invite Ori and your friend Raymond right now. I have 2 envelopes here. I will give you $1 million of my personal money right now if either one of you can tell me specific details of—
This guy is such a douchebag, dude. Chris Angel was such a friggin' douchebag. He got so threatened by this guy putting on a decent performance that he was like, I hate you for taking away my spotlight. This is supposed to be about me.
Now, don't tell me about the energy or that it's not the right time,
Man,
but just tell me what's in here right now. Tell me right now what's in the envelope.
I find you an ideological bigot. That's what I find.
What's in the envelope
you
right now.
Claim,
tell me what's in the envelope. Tell me what's in the envelope. Don't give me all this bullshit. Tell me what's in the envelope. Tell me what's in the envelope. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Tell me what's in the envelope.
Okay, this is coming from Chris Angel, who literally tried to convince people he's walked on water, walked up walls, has levitated. Okay, he has no room to pick on this guy.
Right here.
Guys. Listen to me.
I wish he would have. That would have been awesome if he slugged him.
Okay, it's a live show. This is not planned. We'll see you after the commercial break. Stay over there.
Chris Angel is such a piece of shit, dude. If you know the stories about him, he's such a jackass. He hated on David Blaine for so long because David Blaine got more attention than him. Like he's such a child. And this guy's trying to just make a buck the same way that Chris Angel does, and Chris Angel is going to try to make him look like an idiot. Really, though, Chris Angel just looked like a total asshole there.
You got a question for Sylvia?
I do not like Chris Angel.
My daughter,
she's
Michelle,
back.
was 17 years old. She'll be gone 5 years, the 21st of this year. Sylvia, I don't know how she died. Please, if you can, how did she die?
She was shot. Circumstances around her death?
Look at the faces. Magicians call out fakery and psychics all the time. Houdini is regarded as one of the original debunkers. Yeah, but Chris Angel has no right to because of what he's done in his past, is what I'm trying to say. Chris Angel has tried to convince people he can levitate. Chris Angel's tried to convince people he's walked on water. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. That's why I don't think he's got a right to do it, you know? Especially when the guy was really kind of just doing an entertaining, he was just trying to be an entertainer, you know? Most of these people are all con artists, but that guy I think was trying to put on a show. And that's all he was trying to do, was just put on a show, you know, as a mentalist more than as a magician, you know?
She just collapsed in her room.
Okay, let's go back and watch that real quick, because this one's really, really cringy.
If you can, how did she die?
She was shot.
No hesitation.
Circumstances around her death?
And then you see the lady walk on water. I was in a rowboat at the time. There you go. That's cool. Sorry, I don't know what happened with OBS right there. It just shut off real quick. So hopefully it's back and y'all can still hear me. But you can tell the dad's just absolutely wants nothing to do with whatever is about to come out of Sylvia's mouth. And the only reason he's here is because his wife made him go.
She just collapsed in her room.
I don't know, but it's something.
So she just collapsed in her room. She was 17 years old, and Sylvia was like, she was shot. It sounds like she had a brain aneurysm or something. And Sylvia's like, she was shot. They didn't find any bullet holes.
Because it looks like a combustion.
They found nothing on the autopsy.
I don't care, but it looks like something hit her.
I don't care. This lady's child died, and she's looking to Sylvia for help. And Sylvia's like, I don't care that you think I'm wrong. A good just stutter for a second. Okay, good. But Sylvia literally just told this lady who's begging her for help that her daughter died, and she doesn't know how she died. And Sylvia's like, I don't care. She was a piece of shit, too.
They did an autopsy. They did drug. You know, they do whatever they do. It's just she was a healthy child and
she was in her.
Just fell out in her room. Just
went
fell
out.
like a golf club's fall or whatever.
I know, just went down.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there was something that hit her hard. But you know, something sharp.
Did she play sports?
We dropped our son.
Montel's like, all right, let me try to fix this, because right now this is a PR nightmare. Did she play sports? She might have had a brain aneurysm. Maybe we can help you figure out what happened to him, because this lady right here is no help at all.
In the middle of a massive pine forest. There's a rescue chopper waiting for them. Our psychics have just 15 minutes to find the chopper. They've got a map that shows an outline of the area, and then something belonging to the pilot. So a personal effect, you know, keys, wallet, something like that. And then our psychics will use that to sense, you know, the right direction.
How did they do? Let's have a look. Here are the paths of all 10 psychics, as illustrated by the show. Only 4 actually found the helicopter. The rest of them just wandered around, pretending their psychic power was actually guiding them.
My guide said, go straight, go straight, go straight. Yep, over here. Let's go, angels.
Let's go, angels.
2 of them actually came within viewing distance of the helicopter, but their special ability failed to clue them in.
Look how close. Look how close she was to the helicopter, and she couldn't figure it out. Get to the chopper. Yeah. I know it's around here somewhere. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's got to be right here. I can feel it on the tip of my toes, but I just can't quite tell.
Go with that. It's pulling me to the right.
They run away from it.
I have a sense I got close, but I've passed it.
You can see from the maps that most of them veer off to the right and get lost, rather than making a fairly straight path to the helicopter. One psychic is supernaturally guided to the helicopter, and look what she finds.
I can see her. Oh no. It's a car.
The psychic. You see what happened was, my psychics, they got turned around. They were just trying to take me to help. That's why we're back at the car. That's where we started.
Terrible. Back to the start.
Remember, these...
Yeah, I don't think I got shut off, Carla. I think that the OBS went down for a minute. YouTube stuttered, but I guess Twitch had a bit of a bigger issue.
Any psychics, they are the top 10 in Australia.
Got this lovely picture in here. Oh, you're upstairs. Hello, darling. Hello, is this something called the barn? Is his name Bernard or Barnard? No. Why would he say that? That's our nan. Oh, your nan?
She couldn't even tell that was a female. Oh my God.
Sorry.
With his marriage on the rocks, Paul turned to a clairvoyant he saw advertised in his local newspaper. It began with a $60 card reading.
Oh, she told me that I had a curse put on by someone in the family.
The good news for Paul was she could help, at a price. First, there was the rock in a glass of salty water, $1,000.
Oh my God, she wanted $1,000 to put a rock in salty water. Dude, I'm not even mad at her. She was just straight. If someone's willing to give you $1,000 for a rock in salty water, I mean, who are you not to take that? Professional bullcrappers, they rake in a lot of cash from desperate people like most grifters. Yeah, people who really, the biggest problem I have with the way they operate is that they target people who are hurting the most, which is people who just desperately want to say one more thing to like a lost loved one, which I think is absolutely disgusting.
To remove a curse on the family dog, $700. Droplets of liquid around...
You want me to remove the curse off your dog? It's going to cost you. That's all I'm going to say about that. You want the dog to stop pooping in the yard? It's going to cost you 700 big ones.
The boundary of the house, $900. The cash continued to flow. Finally, she orchestrated a special ceremony involving a bath. The water bottled and sent overseas for prayer by a psychic higher order. But cleansing the soul doesn't come cheap. $18,000 in cash.
$18,000 to send your bathwater across seas to get blessed by a psychic medium. I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you, dude.
And how many times did you do that?
Oh, a few times, probably about 3 or 4 times.
In a matter of days, Paul had drained the family bank account and handed over $52,000.
Bro, come on, Paul.
They told me not to tell anybody because if you tell people that the...
What are you doing, bro?
The curse
$52,000?
Finally, realising he'd been scammed, Paul called Alana.
Yeah, $18K for a jar of bathwater. I know, that's... I don't know what this guy was going through, but clearly it was not a good moment. He spent his family's, like, all their money.
His money back, but there would be no refund, and soon there was no psychic. Alana...
Yeah, she ain't gonna give her back $52,000. Like, listen, I provided you all the services. I filled the bathwater. I sent it across seas. I didn't say you had to give me that money.
Packed up and then vanished.
Well, at least tarot cards have, like, messaging behind it, you know, that you can interpret. These people are just talking out their ass.
You're a psychic?
I'm a clairvoyant.
A very dodgy one, aren't you?
No. Excuse, I ain't been on no run.
You changed your name? Your number?
I haven't changed my name.
Look, that's her husband. He's like, who's this wanker talking to you like that? We're rich now because of that idiot. If you're going to yell at my wife for that, you're going to have to go through me and my leather jacket that she bought me and this nice necklace.
Every few months. You used to be Alana, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
My face goes on the air. I'm going to sue every one of you.
You can sue us, but guess what? The game's up.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
$18,000. You fill the bath up with water and you charge him $18,000.
Okay?
Do you know Paul?
No, I don't. I don't even know who you're talking about.
Do you remember filling the bath up with water and
bath?
And charging $18,000?
Oh, I would have. You remember filling up the bathtub? You remember filling up the bathtub with water and giving him a quick yank, huh? You remember that?
Well, we're back with medium James Van Prague, who has had us fascinated all morning about
James,
the
you got this, brother.
ghosts and the unknown. And we're going to throw it open to you with our studio audience now. Take it away and see what you can see.
Okay, sweetheart, great. I'd like to start with this lady right here who's sitting right in the first row. I have a mother figure, very strong, coming around you, okay? And with the name of either Mary, Margaret, do you understand the name? Margaret Mary, okay, Margaret Mary. And I got to tell you that I feel before she passes over, though, there's a lot of hard time to walk or hard time to get up and get things going. Do you understand that? And I feel some arthritis, by the way. There's a lot of arthritis, and there's a bone problem. There's also something with...
Oh, you know, like something that most old people deal with. He targeted the old lady because he probably figured that she's old enough that the parents had to have died at some point. There's no way that her parents are still alive. She's barely hanging on.
Back. So I don't know if she sees to sit and have a pillow at the back of her,
No.
or is that you?
No.
No, that doesn't make sense to you. Okay, and what about trouble with legs?
No.
Okay, who has trouble with the legs now?
Well, my father's had 2 hip replacements.
2 hip replacements. He cannot walk as well as he used to.
Oh no, he walks very well.
Okay.
Yeah, the hip replacements were actually a great success. We can't get him to stop moving. It's like, this guy's like, I am really effing this up, but at least my mustache looks good.
Right. Was your mother buried?
Did you hear that? Watch. This is a sign of him knowing how screwed he is right here.
Replacements.
2 hip replacements. He cannot walk as well as he used to.
Oh no, he walks very well.
Okay.
That little... That's him being like, I am not doing well at all. And look, the host behind them can't stop laughing at this guy because he's embarrassing himself on live television. Yeah, it's not electrical tape. That's a real... You know how I know I'm psychic? That's a real mustache. I could tell you right now. I could see the twizzlies coming off his little lips, his upper lips.
Was your mother buried?
Yes.
Because she's talking about...
Draco said over on TikTok she used to watch the blonde lady. Was that the Sylvia lady on Montel?
Being buried in a wake, or a funeral, rather. And she knows about it. She was very surprised by it all. And who's Kathy, or Kathy? Is there Catherine, or Kathy? Catherine or Kathy? I also know who's Catholic, but there's someone who's Catholic background. And
we all are.
You all are, okay.
Yeah.
So there was a mass said for her, and she wants to thank...
What gave it away? Was it the cross she's wearing on her neck?
For a mass that was said, and there are prayer cards that are said. There's a picture of Mother Mary somewhere around. Picture of Mother Mary. Would you know about this? You know about this. Picture
Well,
of Mother
all
Mary.
Catholics have Mother Mary around somewhere.
Good. Okay. Well, I don't.
You know.
Of course, that was years ago.
That still goes on. But
Yeah. So I want to talk about something else with you, though. I said music. I don't know why about music. Did you not do music? Were you going to do music when you were younger and you stopped doing music?
No.
Okay. You never wanted to play the piano?
No.
Okay.
No, to be honest, I hate music. So just the fact you brought it up made me really upset. I heard EG talks British when he falls asleep. Listen, okay, I've been British this whole time. I just never told you because I'm psychic, okay? I knew eventually y'all would figure it out, and then I lose my whole European audience. So I'm trying to maintain them by pretending to be an American.
I wanted to play the piano or music.
Don't know.
Don't know.
No
Okay.
one in my family's
Okay.
musical.
I want to talk about this lady here. Your husband's passed over.
All right, you girls are giving me absolutely nothing, so let me go right along to these next people and let me see if I can figure something out about their family.
Or your father's passed over, rather.
Father
passed over. I don't know if he liked cars. Don't know anything about cars, but there's something about cars with him. I mean, told me about this, okay? I don't know if he just recently got a car or there was talk about getting a car. or changing with car? Are you living or dead? Do you understand? Do you understand about the cars?
No.
Did you just get a car, or were there?
No.
No?
Okay.
Okay.
For a couple of years.
Okay, full call. So I don't know what you're going on about, you bloody fool. This is the best. We came here because they said it was free. They said free studio audience, and we just said, hey, well, we got nothing to do this morning. Let's just go in here. And you're making a mockery of us all. I know. I don't want to drive a car. I had to take the bus here. What are you on about?
Okay. Who had the heart problem?
Possibly my mum.
Okay. She's passed over as well?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know if there
Dude, look, you could see him shaking with the microphone. He's so scared.
was heart situation before she passes?
Yeah.
Okay, and there was situations that she was going to either get an operation or a procedure done, something before that, okay? So I don't know if you know that she didn't get that. I also want to ask who...
She is not impressed. She's not, like... This lady looks like if looks could kill, she's like, I don't like you. I'm gonna be honest. Can you talk to someone else? You could not have been more wrong with everything that you've said so far.
Teresa or Terry, but I am. Okay, I got to tell you that.
Sorry, what did you say?
Teresa or Terry.
Teresa.
Yeah, he's talking so friggin' fast that nobody can even understand what he's even saying, and I think that's part of his tactic, is so that they just don't even understand what he's saying. They can't call him out on it.
Teresa or Terry. And was there a divorce with you? Never. You never married?
No.
Okay, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because...
Oh, what a dick! I see you over here mean mugging. Oh, he's not British, though. I'm not surprised, because you've been sitting here mean mugging me this whole time. Look how nice my shirt is. Look how well I got dressed up to be on TV today. And you're not giving me anything. You're closed off. You're rude. Yeah, I'm an expert at unimpressed women. I could tell from a mile away.
Because I want you to love yourself more. Because you don't. I need you to love yourself more. Okay? I also want you... There's something about the car here with your father. I don't know, but I'm talking about a car here. I don't know what it means. If you're just getting a new car, or you got a new car, there's something with that, okay? I got to tell you that. I'm going to come over here to this lady. Are we almost close?
We're nearly there, just to see if you could feel anyone.
Your husband passed over, correct?
Yeah, can you leave these poor ladies alone? Because right now, we're feeling almost like you're kind of harassing them. And we brought you on here to do a reading, not to just, bully the audience into giving you information. That's what they do. They start using sounds. Like, they'll be like, I'm getting an M, a Michael, a Mark, a Marty, and then they just keep going. And they go, did you mean mom? Yeah, mom, that's it. Did mom have a boyfriend named, I'm getting Steve, Stacy, Stefan. You mean, Stark? Yeah, Stark. That's what I was talking about, Stark. And that's all they do, like these mentalists. I could have been one of these, because you just have to be good at reading people. And also you have to say the most like generic shit that you can think of. And then they'll just be like, oh my God, how'd you figure that out? Well, because I just basically said a bunch of stuff. Look, this lady's also like, what is this guy on about? I don't know what he's been talking about for the past 30 minutes. Honestly, they should have let him go, though, because this was way better TV than if he was, like, actually crushing it.
His ring or his watch also?
Yes.
Are you wearing it?
Yes.
Thank you. Just tell me that in my head, okay? So you're very open. I want to talk about a picture that you had redone of him after he passed over, or you moved the picture of him, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I also want to tell you that he's sitting right next to you on that, I don't know if you call it the couch. Do you call it the couch or the settee? But he's sitting there with you. Did he smoke cigarettes, did he? No, who's smoking the cigarettes? Are you smoking cigarettes?
Yes.
Would you please stop? Because he's there in the settee with you smoking the cigarettes. He's smoking cigarettes, okay? And I don't know who Paul is, or Paulie, or Paula. The name Paul. You understand that?
Paula.
Yes. Who is that, please?
Friend.
Okay. He wants to say hello or thank you to them because they helped when he died. They were there. They were here. They were around. You don't know that.
No, I don't know. Paul's a neighbor who doesn't clean up his dog shit, and it really makes me upset. So if you're gonna be able to send a message, please tell Paul to clean up his dog shit, because he never picks it up, and it always pisses me off. This woman was paid to sit in the audience and say yes, although she just said no right there.
James Van Prague, please thank James Van Prague for prompting some Interesting questions.
Thank you.
James Van Prague, everybody. Not a ticket I'd personally buy. Actually, maybe I would. Maybe I actually would buy a ticket to his show just to watch him sweat for like 30 minutes straight.
Very intriguing.
Yes, people come tonight, they'll have a great experience.
No, thank you.
When people come tonight, I will try to guess stuff about their life too. That's freaking hilarious, dude. That is so funny. He's like, I am not selling a single ticket to this dang show. Watch. Just look at the defeat on his face.
Interesting questions.
Thank you.
Very intriguing.
Yes, people come tonight, they'll have a great experience.
No, thank you for joining us on the show. Your
Yes.
website, in case people have got any questions.
Vanprague.com.
Vanprague.com if you'd like to tune into the other side.
Or not. And you just want to hear Van Prague just ramble on and on about absolutely nothing for a bunch of hours. So this is amazing, Randy. This is the guy that I wanted to show you guys. This guy's been doing an amazing job of debunking these idiots for years and years. So I won't forget the community highlights. We're going to keep watching this till 10, and then we'll do the community highlights, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm sensing someone in the family has hair. Who is that? Well, we all have hair. Yeah, but there's someone who specifically was known for their hair. Who's that? I don't know. I guess Jerry kind of had... Yeah, that's it. Jerry. Jerry had curly hair, right? No, Jerry had straight hair. Well, they wanted to call him Jerry Curl, so that's why. No, I don't remember any. Well, Jerry had curly hair. Trust me, okay. No, I knew Jerry. He didn't have. No, okay. Listen, you're being a dumb jerk. Okay, you need to just shut your mouth and let me do my job. Okay. That's what I felt like that whole last exchange was, dude. It's terrible, terrible stuff.
People remember accurately what takes place in a reading? Well, we have with us tonight Mr. Rod Beal. Mr. Beal, you're a satisfied client of Maureen's, I understand. Is that correct?
Yeah.
She did a reading for you not too long ago. Which
I like this because it goes directly from who we've just seen, who are these psychic mediums, to Randy debunking what a psychic medium actually does.
and you think is a very good reading.
Yes, she did.
A few simple questions, if I may. First of all, how long did the thing last, first of all, the reading?
About half an hour.
About half an hour. How many names, pardon me, did she give you during that period of half an hour?
Probably half a dozen.
About half a dozen. And did they all hit?
Not everyone.
How many
but
did
they
would
had
you
a
say?
similar sounding, like Doreen, Maureen, that type of thing.
Well, you were kind enough to give us a tape recording of that reading done by Maureen Flynn for you. And for your information, during your reading, Maureen Flynn tried these names, and they are on the tape of the reading that you're referring to. Alan, Alfred, Alice, Anne, Bill, Charlie, Colin, Connie, David, Derek, Eileen, Ellen, Flory, Frank, Fred, George, Jim, Joe, John, Karen, Catherine, Kevin, Lillian, Lisa, Liz, Lynn.
She's literally going through the alphabet. That's exactly what they're doing. They go through the alphabet, starting with Alan, then Bruce, then Kevin, and then Calvin, and Eric, and then Frederick, and then George. Like, they just keep going up, saying a bunch of different, most common names from A to Z.
Mark, Mary, May, Michael, Rob, Ron, Shirley, Sydney, Stanley, Sid, and Steve. That's 37 names, and she also asked you if you could connect with any name beginning with an N or an L, and you could not do so. Now, in the ones that were accepted, and you did accept 9 of the 37 that were given, these were some of the categories: a son, a lodger, a brother, a nephew, an adopted nephew, a grandfather, a fellow worker, a cousin, and the neighbor's dog.
That's right out of context.
Oh, you talk about Fido? Yeah, Fido, my neighbor's dog. He's great. We can throw the bone. He comes back. Yeah, the dog. The dog wants to say he's doing well. The dog's actually still alive. Oh, is he? Well, he's going to die soon. That's probably why he's come to me. Like, shut up.
I'm sorry?
Right out of context.
We have a transcript of it right here, sir, and you may have that transcript to refer to it, and the names, I think, are outlined there, all 37 of them.
You can analyze anything. You can analyze Encyclopedia Britannica. Mr. Beale is here because he felt that what he actually got on that tape made sense to him, very much so.
Yeah, because they want it to make sense to them. They need it to, because he needs. He's like, they're usually desperate people who need answers to anything. Those people go off of your emotions when they act like they're talking to the dead. Yeah, that's exactly what they do, Sarah. It's disgusting behavior, really. That guy that was the one that we just saw at the end of the first video was probably the worst we've seen so far, because that guy was just being a bully, just being a straight up bully.
Would you welcome, please, Uri Geller.
Johnny had been a magician himself and was skeptical. I was asked to help prevent any trickery.
Nice to see you.
Thanks.
We have only met.
This scares me.
This scares you? Well, this is we just got some things to get.
Guys, I'm gonna be on tonight's show. Isn't this gonna be great? This is gonna be huge for my career. Yeah, Mr. Uri Geller, I'd probably suggest you don't go on that show because they're gonna embarrass the hell out of you. No, but I really am saying, okay, good luck with that.
I told them to provide their own props and not to let Geller or his people anywhere near them.
Also, one of our staff members did some drawings which have been sealed in an envelope.
Yeah, psychic or psycho.
I'd like you to take your own pace when you feel like you want to try anything.
Right.
Do you want to try that particular experiment first?
When I'll feel free.
When
Okay?
you Sure.
We'll start eliminating the ones that do not have the water.
All right, without touching them.
He is really suspicious, you know. I'm having a hard time with you.
Okay, I don't mean to be, Uri. I really don't.
Just keep looking. Okay, let me.
I can't quite figure it out. Why did you didn't put water in any of them, did you? No, there's definitely some water in some of them. But I'm not feeling the water.
All right.
You know, I'm surprised because before this program, your producer came and he read me at least 40 questions you're going to ask me.
Well, that's the point. We wanted you to think you were going to come on to be a guest, when in reality, we are going to set you up to expose you for the con artist that you are. Welcome to the Johnny Carson, The Tonight Show.
Kinds of questions if you'd like me to ask you questions.
I have to have time, and
I can't prep this stuff. They go to commercial.
All right, we are back. Uri was telling me you don't feel what, strong tonight?
I don't
Is that?
feel strong. It's not all tonight. Right now, I'm feeling being pressed, and then I can't.
Well, I'm not trying to press you. I really not.
No, you're only telling me, well, will you try that or that?
Well, I thought that was the idea of. No, I'm not trying to put you down.
I mean, isn't that what you made your whole career off of, right? Is pretending to be something that you're not, right? Like me, I'm pretending to be a streamer when in reality I'm not. I'm not even here. I'm not real. I'm a friggin' tiger blood. This one's probably one of the most famous examples of a guy getting caught red-handed. Because watch what he does, and then James Randi comes out and absolutely destroys this whole man's career. And also, I don't understand why he's dressed like a friggin' ninja for some reason. Like, he's dressed like Bruce Lee.
Turn the page of a telephone directory without touching it. And you claim to have done that with psychic power.
So watch how quickly this guy moves this page, though. It is pretty impressive.
Don't put you down.
James, turn the page of a telephone directory without touching it. And you claim to have done that with psychic power.
Yes.
Now, you're prepared to demonstrate your psychic powers again. You've
Shout out Bob, the guy from The Price is Right, the original host of The Price is Right here, younger version of him.
warmed up. You're ready to go, are you, James? Very well. Oh, James, you are prepared to pay him $10,000 if he can turn the page of the telephone directory with certain controls. Is
That's
that
right.
You have the $10,000, do you, Randy?
I do indeed.
That guy looks like he came out of a trailer park and was like, I can make that I practiced this page thing for a long time. It sucks because I want to believe, but I know it's not. I know it would be so much fun if people had psychic powers, but unfortunately, no. Although I've been told I'm a psychic in the bedroom. I'm just saying.
I have here is particles of a white plastic, which when given a good heavy puff of air, will, I think, rather conclusively show whether or not blowing is the method accomplished. Now, it will not perhaps in some way differentiate between genuine psychic power and actual blowing, but it certainly should be very interesting indeed to see what now occurs.
James?
Ready.
Right now, he's looking at it to try to see if he could figure out a way to blow maybe a little higher than he does. But if any of those things move, it's going to give away the game. And this is probably how this guy's made his living for like the past however long. And he's like, is it worth $10,000 to give away my secrets? A full minute. I want to know why he's dressed like that.
This time.
How many pages?
Just one page, once.
Okay. The styrofoam and the lights form electricity which pulls the page. Look.
Poor Bob Barker is just like, what do you want me to do, son? All right, this is the challenge. I'm not giving you 10K. You figure it out.
It pulls the page down instead of freeing
I'm not saying that.
All right. And
I'm not saying that.
what would you like to ask us to ask Randy to allow you to do or for me to do?
To either take something else, either lighter or something that is going to keep, that isn't going to form like static electricity.
You mean put something else, some other material around here?
Something that is not foam. Foam causes static electricity, and the lights is what heats it up.
All right, Randy, is there anything else that you can put around?
He just pulled that out of his ass. There ain't no way that's true.
On the telephone directory.
I've heard the question, but the question is not valid because it's making an assumption which is not true. The foam does not in any way create static electricity, and Mr. Heydrich, in demonstrating that the pages were clinging together, didn't demonstrate it to my satisfaction. I think we could perhaps ask the judges for their opinion on that. I am not a scientist, so I'm not qualified to declare on it.
Judges?
Whatever static electricity exists in the styrofoam would not really affect the movement of the page or the clinging of the pages together, in my opinion.
I would add that if this is in fact psychic functioning, I don't really see why that would make a difference.
Very well. Randy, would you allow me to turn perhaps half dozen pages and then put them back?
Oh, yes, you may do that, please.
James, I'll just lift up 1, 2. Be helpful to you?
The static is going to still be here because of the foam. See, that's what I'm saying.
Well, it is the opinion of the judges that there is not enough static formed by the foam to be a problem. So, under the conditions agreed upon, it would seem that now you should at least try with psychic power to turn the page of the telephone directory, James.
Okay.
Listen, man, I've been using this trick to get laid for many years, and I'll be honest, like, I was doing this in my frat house, and the girls loved it, and at my local trailer park, too, they loved it. If I show you how I do it, I'm going to stop getting laid. Do you guys not realize that? He's laughing because he knows, like, he cannot do it without blowing that styrofoam away. Come on, blow it, dude. Blow it. Turns out I don't have psychic power. Without my tricks and all, I got this rubbish bowl cut. Listen, all the power I have comes from my bowl cut, and right now the static from the thingy-majiggers are really messing up my bowl cut powers that I have. I look like Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber, and that was planned.
It's not going to turn for you?
No, it isn't.
Well, have you reached the point then when at which we can declare the demonstration terminated?
This isn't a magician's trick. I can't just come up, bang, bang, and it's over. I have to be to where I can work with something small and then big, you know, to build up my own self. So this
Well,
is, you know, it isn't a trick. It has to be done, you know, this is just, it's power. It's mental power.
The conditions agreed upon have been fulfilled.
Bob, the comment very briefly is that I have gone through many hundreds of these tests with many hundreds of people who claim to have psychic powers. And quite frankly, it's more or less the same story every time. When a simple, direct, very uncomplicated protocol is used and the control
I can't even tell his mustache is real. Is that a real mustache?
is applied, the psychic forces don't seem to be present, if indeed they are ever present at all.
That's why he's got that weird suit. He's got a straw going through his sleeves. Now I want to go back and see the original trick and see if we can see him blowing through a straw. Let's turn the timer down here. Wait, no, not the timer. Let's turn the speed down real playback slow. 0.25. All right. Let's see if we could see this. He comes down. Aha! There's a straw. There's got to be a straw coming right here. But where's he blowing it from? You could see it right here. You can literally see it. That's what I saw when he bent his head and into his collar. Who would have thought this many years later we'd be sitting here trying to still figure out how this guy does this trick? A pump in his other hand. Oh, let's take a look. Let's see if we solve this. Let's watch the other hand the whole time. Okay. Let's see if this hand moves here. Oh yeah, you can see his fingers. You can see his fingers going like this. Very lightly. Watch again, one more time. Watch his fingers. Not the hand that blows the thing, because that's the hand you're supposed to be looking at. But watch his fingers right here. Watch, they ever so slightly. Maybe he's got like something like this in his thing. So he's standing here like this, just kind of blowing the little pump. Hey, look, he's so proud of himself. I did it. I did it. I'm pretty sure that this guy's career was over after this, too. And I think he, like, went on to, like... I'm not 100% sure, but I think I remember... Hang on. I want to find out now. What was this guy's name? What happened to the phone book guy after James the Amazing Randi? He died in October 2020, once a leading figure. Oh, no, that was Randy who died. James Heydrich. I think this is it. James Heydrich, February 1959, is an American former stage performer and self-described psychic.
Heydrich claimed to be able to perform acts of telekinesis, such as his trademark trick moving a pencil resting at the edge of the table. Following a nationally televised demonstration of his abilities on That's Incredible, he was unable to prove supernatural abilities on That's My Line, and later confessed the fraud. Heydrich had a long history of criminal offenses and was imprisoned at least 3 times, after which he escaped his so maybe that was his secret powers, that he could escape prison. Yeah, maybe clever farting, just farting when he sits, like he goes to bend over and it comes out the straw. That would be impressive. His final offense was for child molestation in 1989, for which he remains in a psychiatric hospital. Throughout the 1970s, Heydrich was arrested repeatedly for crimes ranging from burglary to assault. That guy, I told you guys, that guy just looked like a criminal. Despite his difficult background and ongoing legal troubles, Heydrich gained prominence for his karate and sleight of hand tricks, earning national television exposure and a cult following. He claimed he was able to use psychokinesis to turn pages of books and make pencils spin around on desks, among other feats. Heydrich also set up a martial arts class and claimed he could pass on the gift of psychokinesis to children through special training techniques, which was shown in 1989 to be a front for his coercing children into performing sexual favors for him. Oh my God, this guy's a monster, and was a factor in his conviction for assault. Dude, what a disgusting piece of crap. James Randi replicated the pencil trick on a similar show, That's My Line, hosted by Bob Barker, demonstrating that it was a simple illusion and not a product of telekinesis. Heydrich and Randi both appeared in a follow-up episode of the show. Heydrich to demonstrate his telekinesis, while Randi was determined to prove it was only a trick. Barker and Randi offered $10,000 if Heydrich would be able to move the pages of the phone book under certain conditions. To do this, Randi placed his... Oh, we just saw that. His powers failed him. He claimed the stage lights were causing phone pieces to generate static electric charge, which they didn't. In 1981, at the end of the episode, Randi, to further discredit Heydrich, performed the same trick openly, demonstrating the blowing technique Heydrich used. In 1981, Heydrich's so-called psychic powers were conclusively exposed as frauds by investigative journalist and professional musician Dan Coram. Heydrich confessed to Coram that he had developed his trick in prison. Of course he did. So I was wrong with the frat boy thing. He figured out that trick just sitting in jail all day long. And that he had not learned it from a Chinese master, as he originally claimed. Heydrich confessed, my whole idea behind this in the first place was to see how dumb America was, how dumb the world is. He got pretty far. Won it for an outstanding work. Heydrich was apprehended after police saw him discussing psychic powers on the Sally Jesse Raphael show. In 1989, Heydrich was sentenced to 17 years for molesting 5 boys in Huntington Beach, California. After serving his sentence, he was remanded to the Atascadero State Hospital for treatment under the state's sexually violent predator law. Psychologist Jesus Padilla described Heydrich as an extremely difficult patient who suffers from pedophilia, paraphernalia, and antisocial personality disorders. Heydrich petitioned for release in May 2013, but a trial resulted in a hung jury. As of 2021, he is housed at the Coalinga State Hospital. So this guy's still alive and just sitting in a mental hospital at 66 years of age, dude. That's wild. I wonder if he knows how viral he is. That's what I told you. I said he used that to probably get laid. That's like his trick to get laid. Anyway, all right, let's that was fun. I want to do more stuff like that where we go down a deep rabbit hole where we just look at like really weird shit like that. But anyway, it's time to take a look at your guys' community highlights. Community highlights. Highlights. I got to come up with a graphic for this with a cool song that says that. Community highlights. Highlights. Community highlights. Highlights. The highest of lights for the community. Yeah. I bet he didn't age that night. Now, he probably was stuck that way forever. Forever and ever. All right. So this is the first community highlight here that we're going to take a look at. Okay. This was submitted by the one and only amazing Daniels Crew. So let's take a look at what she submitted here on the community highlights. Highlights. Community highlights. Oh, look at that. Are those bugs? What is that? Were the drones? That's beautiful, though. It's got to be drones. Or is it birds? Can you look at my video for K-Huck? It's on the Discord. Well, if it's for K-Huck, why am I looking at it, Rajira? Huh? Those are birds? Okay. That's very pretty, though. Let's watch it one more time. Look at those beautiful birds. In music, we'll take a look at it. Make sure to check the docket, too. Very cool. Very cool picture. All right, the next one is from our lovely Blue Jay. The bluest of all jays. One Blue Jay to rule them all. That's our lovely Blue Jay right there. One Jay to rule them all. One Jay to bind them. That was from Lord of the Rings, by the way. Not a real thing about Blue Jay. One Jay to rule them all. One Jay to bind them. One Jay to... I don't know. I forget. And in the dark could find them. Or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's the saying or something. Okay, Blue Jay, what you got here? What's this thing here that you put in there? This game is called Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator. So did you create this game? Turn on you volume, you idiot. No, I'm not. You call me an idiot? Oh, she's already premiered it on her channel. I love that y'all all go over to K-Huck and watch her, but nobody from K-Huck other than Zero comes over and watches me. What's up with that? What's up with that? So what's the story behind this? The game is called Potion Craft, and you can decorate your shop. So you created this? Oh, so you decorate. This is your shop in Potion Craft. I see. Very lovely. I love the good use of shelving here that you have. You have the heart things here. You have the balance weights. E.g.'s a donut. I'm not a donut. You're a donut. Very lovely. Very dapper. Very demure. I put it in your promotion channel. Let me see. We gotta pull that one up. We gotta go pull that one up. Damn, this is all K-Huck in my promo channels. I need to start just blasting stuff over there.
No wonder she got such a big fan base all of a sudden. She's stealing all my audience. I'm just kidding. I love K-Huck. But damn. Share the wealth. They're all different types of potions and that do different things, and you have to create them with ingredients that you grow in your garden. Oh, EG's getting grounded. I'm probably getting grounded, yeah. K-Huck anthem made for K-Huck cast. When did EG lately become K-Huck show? I'm watching a video made for K-Huck on my show. What's up with this? Well, we're gonna watch it because Ruggiero made it. All right, let's take a look at this.
No filter, just a crackling wire. Got a gut reaction, watch the signal catch fire. Real talk, no frills, every take a spark. Find the gold in the noise like the fuse in the dark. I'm the glitch in the algorithm, cracking the code. Laughing in the chaos, let the good times overload.
Straight from the gut, K-Huck cast in the mix. Laugh through the chaos, let the signal slip. Every line a curveball, every take a spin. Life's too short for a polished grin. Life's a janky live stream, better say it with your chest. Every pixel a punchline, every moment a shot. When the internet gets weird, you take the best of the rot. Real talk, no frills, every take a spark. Find the gold in the noise like the fuse in the dark. I'm the glitch in the algorithm, cracking the code. Laughing in the chaos, let the good times overload. Straight from the gut, K-Huck cast in the mix. Laugh through the chaos, let the signal slip. Every line a curveball, every take a spin. Life's too short for a polished grin.
Is she humping the air? That's sick. Love it. She's like, yeah, get some air. Oh yeah, she's definitely humping the air.
Hit the live button, let the chaos fly. Find the truth in the
I like all the
pixels,
colors.
let the punchlines collide. No retakes, no rewind,
My favorite
just
part
a
was definitely her
moment in
humping
time.
the air,
Hit record,
though.
Hit the gas, hit the punch. Find the good. Straight from the chaos, cast in the mix. Laugh through the chaos, let the signal slip. Every line a curveball, every take a spin. Life's too short for a polished grin.
I like the adding of her laugh at the end. All right, Ruggiero, where's mine at now? Where's my video of me dancing and rolling around in a crazy ball? Where am I humping the air? I swear I get no respect around here. No respect around here. Who else wanted to? Oh, you said there was one on. But that was really good, Ruggiero. Ruggiero just doesn't like use AI. She learns how it works and how it functions, and she gets down to the very fundamentals of like what makes it tick. We did use Ruggiera's E.G. Lately song for like the first year and a half that I did this until we changed it to E.G. Lately Live, and then we had to do a different song. Because we weren't really like doing drama anymore, so the song didn't really fit the channel as much. That's the only reason we changed it. Your video was one of the first ones I ever made. I know, but I want like one that's upgraded. I want like one that's like sick like that. I'm glad I know I got the first one and I appreciate that, but I want the modern Ruggiera. It's like, yeah, I really love my 1985 Ford Fiesta, but the 2025 Ford Explorer is just so much nicer. You know what I'm saying? That video was created in Unreal. It's actually a 3D. Oh, so you did it in Unreal Engine? That's sick. That's pretty dope. A lot of people have been using Unreal Engine to create stuff. All right, let's keep moving. So you took a picture from Skyrim 8 years ago. This is a picture that Blue Jay submitted. Lovely, lovely. You made every mesh in there? Yeah, it looked great, Roger. You did a really great job. What is going on? What did you clip me doing this time, Phallic? What's this? What did I do this time? It won't let me play it. It just says M for mute it. I mute it? Can you not hear me? Nothing's working. It don't work. It don't work. Oh wait. It worked for a second and now it's not working again. I'm trying to watch the clip that Phallic just sent me. I'll have to watch it later. It's not working. Yeah, I don't know why it just keeps doing the endless looping thing. So that's from Skyrim 8 years ago. This one is from Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, so you're showing like the difference in the graphics changed? That's pretty incredible when you look at it like that, yeah. Because, I mean, graphics are getting nuts. Getting so nuts. I'm the most professional streamer you'll ever see, okay? Asmongold got nothing on me. Moist Critical got nothing on me. K-Hawk got nothing on me. I'm telling y'all, I am the greatest to ever do the streaming game, all right? If I had boobs, I'd already be a star. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. Let's take a look at the community highlights. Let's see what else is on here. Daniel's crew, Capitol Run, highlight California. Oh, is this her son? Is this her well boy? I need to fix the thingy real quick. I wish I created stuff. I wish I was a creator. Alright, come on now. You can do it. You can do it. Your UI is messed up?
What UI? I'm the best streamer to ever live, guys. You'll see. You'll all see. This is why I don't drink Red Bull on stream. Get a little wild. Get a little wild in here. All right, let's take a look at this. 25 CTC 325 Capitol Run highlights California Highway Patrol. The reason that we are watching this is because our beloved Daniel's crew, who's a lovely addition to this commuter, wait, that's a new word, commuter, son is graduating. We don't know which one he is, but we wish him the best. Is Daniel's crew in this?
All night long, I wanna roll. Roll till the break of dawn. I wanna swing it. Swing it. We wanna go. I wanna take it. Take it.
Today, 26 weeks later, I have 137 motivated cadets standing before me, just 48 hours away from achieving that goal. Make no mistake, though your badge is just a few days away from being pinned on your chest for the first time, that is not the end of your mission to earn the badge. Earning the badge is not a 6-month endeavor at our academy. It is a career-long endeavor of public service and sacrificing yourself for another.
Is this the one her son's in? Is he in this class, or is this just like a training video that kind of gives an example of what her son's doing in his class? It's gotta be a pretty good feeling. I always wanted to become a cop, but I would let everybody go. That's why I'm a streamer instead. Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it. Well, we hope that she has an amazing vacation. If anybody deserves the love from this channel, it's Daniel's crew. The girl is an absolute all-star, and we wish the absolute best for her son, and I hope that he stays safe and has an amazing journey through his time as a police officer in California. And with that said, I think that's where we're gonna wrap things up tonight. We're gonna wrap stuff up, man. We're gonna wrap it up. And that's really all I got to say about that. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Tomorrow is Monster Truck Thursday, by the way. Okay, so Thursday nights on Lately Gaming is where I stream, and we watch monster truck videos. I play monster trucks. Like, it's just a good time. Okay, so for all my monster truck bros out there, my monster truck bros and my monster truck hoes, come on over to Lately Gaming tomorrow night. Probably gonna start around the same time we typically start here. Except it's just watching, you know, monster trucks, old school monster trucks, modern day monster trucks, and just enjoying good old fashioned monster truck jamming. Friday night, I should be back here. As of right now, it's a toss up. But next, I'll be back here Friday night doing what we do here best, and that is finding the craziest stuff on the internet. I'd like to continue down that rabbit hole with the psychics, though. I was having fun doing that. The only reason I'm getting off now is because I got work real early and I'm like sleep deprived. Although I just drank a Red Bull. But I'll probably be able to sit down and just, because that's how I am with Red Bull stuff. So, congratulations to all of the community people who were featured on our first ever community highlight. That was actually Phallic's idea. And if she worked with anybody else on it, I can't take credit for that. That was Phallic's idea. So, but I love you guys, and I want to show off. I mean, you guys are the heartbeat of this community. Without you, I don't exist. So if I'm going to take 5 minutes to show off your guys' awesome achievements or just the little things you do in life that make you happy, I am all for it. What is the Discord? Fallic, can you drop the Discord link in there for E-Shift? And hopefully we will see her in there and we can walk her through and she can become officially indoctrinated into Lately Nation, okay? For all you members out there, thank you guys so much. Make sure you share those anniversaries so we know how long you've been supporting. And let's start sharing this stuff out, man. Let's start showing people what it is that we do here and why this community is so amazing. And even though we ain't growing like crazy, we should be, because, I mean, I can't think of a more supportive, helpful place to help get you through rough times in your life, you know? Like, yeah, we ain't constantly throwing craziness out in the world, but that's what I like about what we do here, you know? And that's what my main mission is just to have a good, positive environment for people to be able to come into and just relax. I mean, we're not like too goody two-shoes. We cover some dark crap, right? We get a little scandalous. We get a little dirty mind. We get a little loco in el cabeza. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the mission will and always will be for people to have a place to come, to hang out, and just have good vibes. And that's all we're after. With that said, guys, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace!